About the 10-yard line, returned by Highland to the 20, the 25-yard line by number 1, James Beard, and he is brought down there. The CM Eagles on defense first, and a lot of talk about their offense, but Adam, the defense is playing very, very well.
Well, I think the defense is why they beat Muscuda last week. I think that was a little bit of an upset, but I think there were 4 or 5 opportunities where Muscuda had a 3rd and 1 or a 4th and 1 there towards the end of the game, and the Eagles held them every single time. So if you had to pick an MVP of last week, I would have to go with the defense, even though, like you said, the offense is putting up big numbers.
4 down linemen for the Eagles, 4-3 defense, and the Highland Bulldogs with receivers left and right, and they're in the pistol, man in motion. Quarterback back to throw, and they throw a little screen to the near side, the 30, 35, 40, and breaks a tackle out near the 50-yard line on a little screen to Logan Chandler, the junior running back, as he came out of the backfield, and he's all the way near midfield, a first down for the Bulldogs.
Great start there for Highland. You know, I mentioned earlier, you have a freshman quarterback. One of the things that you like to try to do is they're still going to throw the ball, they're still going to run the same schemes, but you do a little more safe stuff than maybe what you did in the past. And that screen is one of those things, and it still leads to a big gain for the Bulldogs.
5'11", 200-pound junior Logan Chandler making that play and bringing it all the way to the 49-yard line. This time they fake it to him, and the quarterback keeps it, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it for number 6, Connor Sands, a 6-foot quarterback. But now he's going to come to the near side and be a receiver as number 12 goes back to quarterback, Brent Woobles, the freshman. So a little wildcat of sorts there with the receiver running the football, number 6. But now they spread it out, 3 receivers to the far side on 2nd down and 10. It's a handoff, it's Chandler again, and he breaks into the secondary before he's knocked down by Dylan Dublow. Open field tackle, but not before he's going to gain about 6 yards to the CM 45-yard line.
So I think you're going to see that a little bit from Highland tonight, mixing things up. I think you're going to see, like I said, your freshman quarterback, you're going to see some of that wildcat, put some guys in different positions. One of the biggest things is this team is going to run a little bit of a different offense than what the Eagles saw last week in Muscuda, so it presents some different challenges.
And they've seen some different looks. Jerseyville, Muscuda, Highland, 3 weeks in a row here. Highland tonight. Here's a handoff, a busted play, but there's going to be some yards there. As the ball carrier, the quarterback was wanting to hand the ball off to his right. The running back went to the quarterback's left, but the quarterback still rushing down to the 38-yard line for a first down.
Good athletic move there by Brent Weebles. I think, like you said, it was a busted play. He wanted to hand it off. He didn't. He saw a hole, and he said, I'll just take it myself. And he did a great job there and was able to gain the first down as Highland is marching down the field here on this first drive of the game.
Couple minutes into the game, couple of first downs for Highland, wearing their white jerseys, black numbers, black pants, black helmets. The black and red of Highland. Now the throw goes to the near side, and there's Connor Sands, the receiver, who Dick moves inside the 35, ducks to the 33-yard line here. 2nd down and about 5 there.
And I think what Highland's trying to do is get the ball in Sands' hand as much as possible. He's the 3rd leading scorer in the MVC thus far this year, and anytime they can get him the ball in space, I think that's what they're trying to do.
And he's a senior. 3 minutes into the game now. Weebles back to throw. He throws it to the slot man who had it but dropped it. He was open there for a moment but dropped the ball. It's going to be 3rd and 5 from the CM 33-yard line now. No score, just underway. First possession, it's Highland ball.
This is one of those opportunities. Last week it seemed like every time Muscuda was in a 3rd and medium, 3rd and long, the Eagles were able to get a stop. And although Highland has moved the ball thus far, this would be a big possession here if they were able to stop him here and force a punt.
Maybe 4 down territory, although right now the 33-yard line. Keep that in mind. Here's a man in motion, and they're going to fake the pitch. The quarterback's going to keep it. Weebles down near the 31-yard line. He's going to gain a couple. He's going to be short of a first down. It's going to be 4th and about 3, depending on where they mark it. It is 4th and 3.
So I think you're right, Brent. I think that Coach Warnicki is probably seeing this as 4 down territory. see what you can get on that play, and you're in a position where you need to go for it on 4th down.
Now a tight formation, no receivers, and the quarterback up under center. Trying to get CM to jump. It looked like Highland's offensive line jumped. No call before the snap. Maybe that right guard was moving forward, but Logan Chandler, the carry and the first down to the 21-yard line.
Nice run there by the Bulldogs. You mentioned that there might have been an illegal shift or a little bit of movement there. That's the second time that I think the Eagles sideline had hoped that there would be a flag for illegal motion or maybe a false start, but they weren't able to get it either time. And on both of those possessions, Highland is able to gain about 15 yards.
Now it's a 1st and 10 near the red zone here. The snap back. Weebles is going to roll to his right. He's going to pass it deep into the corner near the pylon, and it is intercepted but out of bounds. Just a step into the end zone. It was picked by Keaton Lowen. He grabbed it, but he was out of bounds there. The corner of the end zone, that front right pylon.
What a break for Highland, really, because I think tomorrow morning, whenever they watch this film, I think that Coach Warnicki is going to talk about this being a freshman mistake. He actually had a receiver at about the 5-yard line that was open. Instead, he went for the touchdown and forced it, and he's fortunate that that interception was out of bounds, or it would have been a big turnover.
In the shotgun again, 4 minutes into the game. They fake the handoff. There goes the quarterback again. And he ducks inside the 20, or maybe right at the 20-yard line, over the right side of his line. 3rd down and 9 at the 20-yard line as they move into the red zone here. CM on defense to start the game. No score, 7:50 to go, first quarter. Eagles and Bulldogs in the MVC tonight. And they're ready for 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 from the 20. Need to get down to about the 11-yard line. Here's a handoff left side. It's a sweep. It's Chandler again, and he's right near the marker. There's a flag behind the run, and the run goes to the 10 or 11, bumped out of bounds, but it's a penalty on Highland.
Looks like that'll be a hold on the Bulldogs out there, and that will negate a big gain. We'll see if the Eagles may decline this penalty.
Not sure where he stepped out here on the near side, but they are starting to walk off the 10 yards. The hold back to the 25-yard line, so that hold came at about the 15 or so. And he'll do 3rd down over again. It'll be 3rd and 14 now from the 25-yard line. CM still looking for a stop. Man in motion, and they'll give it to him on the sweep. Now he's going to throw the ball. He's got a man wide open at the goal line. Jump ball, and he grabbed it inside the 5. He had to come back for it at about the 1 or 2 yard line. He was wide open.
Great call there by Coach Warnicki on that little razzle-dazzle, little trick play there. Thought the Eagles might have him stop for a loss. Instead, it was a halfback pass, and a little bit of a better pass, as you indicated, and it would be 6-0 Highland. But as it is, it's 1st and goal from the 2.
They call it the 2-yard line. Tight formation again, and up the middle, Logan Chandler has a touchdown. Highland will score on their first possession. It's Logan Chandler, the junior, that goes over the left side. And again, good blocking up front when they've run the ball. They've been able to run it well, and with 6:57 to go, first quarter, Highland is on the board as they drive right down the field.
A really efficient drive there by the Bulldogs. You saw a little bit of everything, including a trick play. You saw quarterback run, some wildcats, some passing. Really quite a difference here. And the Bulldogs are going to go for 2 as they look to take an 8-0 lead.
Maybe Chandler again on the run. There he goes, left side, big hole again over the left side, and he scores a 2-point conversion. So Chandler for 6. And then Chandler for 2, and just like that, it's 8-0 Highland, and what a way to start on the road. CM ball, though, when we come back. Bulldogs lead the Eagles by 8. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
The experience from the time they walk in the door, from the time they sit in front of a financial service officer, we want their experience to be one that they will remember, one that they will leave and tell their friends about, but one that is hassle-free.
We have their best needs at heart, that we deliver on what we say we're going to do.
And let them know that we're there and that we care outside of your money, we care about your family.
Adam Miller and Brent Birkeland back with you here. Thanks for tuning in. Highland goes down the field. They score 8, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now they kick off to CM. The Eagles return it over the 20-yard line, and they'll have it at their own 22 or so here. 1st and 10, and here comes the offense. Noah Turbyfill at quarterback, and the Eagles down by 8 here halfway through the first quarter. And Highland, a record of 2-3 on the year, looking for a big road victory tonight. Their victories this year over Belleville East and last week over Waterloo. Those 2 victories have come at home, though, for Highland.
And I think if you're Highland, you can't get off to a better start here in a road conference game with a freshman quarterback on the road in a big game. They got off to a great start, did exactly what they wanted to do.
And here go the Eagles running it well over the left side, out over the 25, near the 30. It's a first down. It's a run to the left for the CM Eagles, and the big man, Chandler Powell, 5'11", 210 pounds, senior halfback, runs it for about 11.
You know, I think you're going to see with Chandler Powell, he runs hard. He's a tough-nosed kid. Just whenever you think he's down and when the opposition thinks they've got him down, he ends up gaining another yard or 2. It seems like almost every time he carries the ball.
Turbyfill in the shotgun. They'll hand the ball off. It goes over the left side again. And a fumble there on another good run over the 35, but a fumble. It's Highland ball, and the Bulldogs keep the momentum. After the touchdown, now they have a turnover on the second play on their defense. They've turned the Eagles over.
So I was just talking about how Highland couldn't have started a whole lot better, and if you're CM, this is about as bad of a start as you could unfortunately get to on homecoming. You have a huge crowd, you have a great student section, and you're amped up, ready for this game, a big showdown. You give up a touchdown, and then unfortunately you fumble and give Highland a short field here. And if we're not careful, you never know here, it could be a 2-score game very quickly here in the first quarter.
Yeah, 6:19 to go first quarter, and at the 35-yard line of CM, it's going to be Highland ball again as they went on a nice drive to score to open the ball game. Now we'll see if it's Chandler some more. Here is Chandler. He's tripped up at the line of scrimmage, dives forward for a yard or 2, and that's about it. Nick Walker, the linebacker, got him by the shoe tops and shoestrings and brought him down. 1-yard gain, that's it. So we're at the halfway point, 6 minutes to go, first quarter. And the Eagles have run 2 plays. They fumbled it on their second play. And that's our first turnover of the ball game, obviously. And here's Highland with trips to the near side. The quarterback's left. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 1 receiver to the right. And he's going to throw it to the right. Man beats double coverage and incomplete. The Highland receiver flying by 2 purple defenders in the secondary, but the ball was overthrown, incomplete.
I really like that play call by Highland. It didn't work, but you take an 8-0 lead, you get a turnover, you take a shot down the field, and I really like that play there. And like you said, he was able to get past the CM defenders, and he was open. Ball was just a little bit overthrown. So we'll see what Highland dials up here on a 3rd and 9.
Looked like Keaton Lowen and Dylan Dublow both over there on that side against the receiver, number 12 and number 13 for CM. Jim Warnicki, the head coach for Highland. Of course, for CM, it is Mike Parmentier on the sideline. 5:36 to go after the incomplete pass here. The clock stopped. It's 3rd down and 9. It's a quarterback draw up the middle, Weebles, and he breaks a tackle, and he's inside the 30, down near the 28. So a gain of about 6 or 7, and we'll see what they do on 4th down.
Looked like I saw a flag on the play there, but no initial indication from the officials. They're talking about it. Looks like it's going to be a hold on Highland.
Yep, they're going to push him back again. It is another holding on the Bulldogs on the quarterback run. And from the 30, they will back it up to the 41-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and long. 16 to go for a first down.
It's a little bit easier to stomach when you're up 8-0, but I'm sure the Highland coaching staff is disappointed with these penalties thus far. They've negated a couple of big gains and put them in a difficult position here on 3rd and 16.
5:15 to go, clock running. Highland will snap it, 3rd and long. And Highland moving forward. There's a false start. The receiver this time going forward before the snap. It's another penalty on the Bulldogs.
Well, the CM sideline's been looking for that several times already, haven't got it. That one, I think everybody at Hauser Field saw tonight.
He was in motion, and then he turned upfield a step or two even before the snap. Offsides, false start, take your pick. It's 3rd and 21 now. Back to the CM 46-yard line. The first down marker is at the 25-yard line.
This might be one of those times when you're up 8-0 on the road, you just run the ball up the middle and punt it and try to pin CM down and give them a long, long way to go.
4:40 to go, first quarter. And the pistol again for Highland. Now timeout, Highland. A flag, but I think they got the timeout before the penalty.
Looked like number 5, the wide receiver out on the left, looked like he jumped a little early too, but I think you're right. I think he might have been saved by the timeout.
Well, they're going to talk it over here before they figure out if they're going to pick up the flag or say that, well, now they're going to discuss it with some more officials coming in on the huddle. And both teams huddling up because Highland has called our first time out. It's homecoming. The last couple of weeks we've had homecoming. Now they do pick up the flag. It was a timeout first. 2 weeks ago, Marquette's homecoming. Last week, Roxana's homecoming. This week it's CM. Next week, week 7, it'll be Alton, Jerseyville with homecoming football games.
I think East Alton Wood River's homecoming is next weekend as well, so hopefully one of the RiverBend teams will be able to get a win on homecoming.
We'll see if we can do that, well, tonight, and then the rest of October. More homecoming games on the way. Tomorrow on the way, 3 live broadcasts for you. We have the Wood River game at 1 o'clock at home against Mount Carmel. Then we go to the Illinois-Minnesota game. And then tomorrow night, it's Marquette and Madison, 7 o'clock for that live game. So now, 4:36 to go, first quarter. Adam Miller, Brent Berkland here with you live in Bethalto for our MVC football game tonight on the Big Z. 8-0 Highland, and they have the ball again, but it's 3rd and a mile, 3rd and 21. Snap back to the shotgun. They'll throw a screen. Nice safe screen to Chandler. He's going to get hit, a gain of 1, and that's it. As a good open field tackle there. Briley Christensen, one of the defenders there, but also a defender away from the play, is hurt. Cole Klostermeyer down, holding a knee, it looks like, maybe his right knee. And that's not good.
CM athletic trainer Aaron Season out there immediately. Aaron is one of the best athletic trainers around, does such a good job taking care of CM athletes and visiting athletes, and he's out there on the scene immediately, always in the game, and he'll do the best medical attention he can give here.
Junior lineman, 6 foot, 225 pound, Cole Klostermeyer, the CM lineman, wears number 67. It's an injury timeout for CM on defense. It's 4th and long for Highland when we come back. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Vallow Flooring in Edwardsville, Illinois has been serving our greater Metro East communities for over 55 years. Whether you're looking for the latest styles in carpet, vinyl tile, hardwood, or ceramic tile, Vallow can help you find the right floor for your home with every budget in mind. Quality products, 5-star service, and guaranteed installation makes Vallow your #1 choice. Check out our design center and flooring outlet to talk with our experienced staff today so you can live better tomorrow.
Right now at Sievers Equipment in Auburn and Jerseyville, score big on Kubota with long-term and low-rate financing available on everything. Kubota's full lineup of construction equipment, compact tractors, utility vehicles, mowers, hay tools, and more. What do you want to accomplish? Well, the right equipment right around the corner in Auburn and Jerseyville. Take on the toughest jobs with Kubota and Sievers Equipment. Visit a Sievers location in Auburn or Jerseyville today, RiverBender.com.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Adam, now it's 4th and long, and Highland is going to punt it away.
They do have a kicker. They don't always like to kick extra points or field goals, very rarely actually, but they do have a punter. So if you're Highland right now, you're looking to be able to a possession that you thought maybe you were going to be able to drive and make it a 2-score game. You're looking to put CM back down deep into their own end zone.
Klostermeyer comes all the way over to the team bench. And now the punt comes from Highland. And it goes to the far side down near the 20, bouncing inside the 20. And so inside the 20-yard line, CM will take over about their own 17-yard line. 1st and 10, the Eagles in 8 minutes of this first quarter have run 2 plays. Remember, they fumbled the ball last time they had it.
When I talked to Coach Reinhardt, Coach Rick Reinhardt calls the offense for, he's the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. When I talked to him this afternoon, he said one of the things he was worried about was if Highland got out to a lead earlier, he felt like their veterans on the offensive line would be able to chew some clock if they wanted to. And although it's certainly early here, we have seen a little bit of that ability thus far. So it's important for the Eagles to try to put together a good drive here.
No, they mark it maybe out of bounds at the 20-yard line, so right on the 20. Turbyfield to Turbyfield. It's going to be a jump ball, and it is incomplete, but flags fly. It's going to be pass interference at midfield as Logan Turbyfield went up. Couldn't come down with it, but a man right in his face. Jeffrey Blunt, 5'7" junior, number 27.
Blunt definitely does not agree with that call. He's pleading his case to the officials there, but you mentioned it. He's 5'7" going up against Turbyfield. He's given up a little bit of size there, and sometimes you kind of get your hands on that receiver even if you don't mean to, and I think that was the situation there.
Logan at 6'3", so it's 5'7" against 6'3" out on the edge there, and that penalty's going to go for 15 yards and give CM a first down at their own 35-yard line now. And Noah Turbyfield, his senior quarterback, in the shotgun with Walker back there with him to his right. Nick Walker may get some rushes here on this drive. Here's Walker to the left. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for about 2 yards, second down.
Good second effort there by Nick Walker, who coming into last week's game against Mascoutah had a monster game against Jerseyville. It has really been having a good season. I think that Mascoutah did a great job of scouting him and keying on him and keeping the ball out of his hands a little bit. So I know that Coach Reinhardt is looking to get Walker involved as much as he can early in this game tonight.
And Turbyfield ready for the snap on 2nd down and 8. He throws a slant. It's tipped and almost picked off. One Bulldog tipped it, and the other one almost had a pick over there on the far side. Couple of Eagles receivers over there pretty close together. Now it's 3rd down.
Eagles are fortunate that ball was tipped and not intercepted there, as it looked like it might have been intercepted if the previous defensive back hadn't tipped it. So that brings up a 3rd and 8 for the Eagles.
3rd down and 8, and the shotgun for Noah Turbyfield again here. With 3:16 to go, first quarter. Man in motion, rolling to his right. Turbyfield looking, and he throws it, and it's picked off. At the 50-yard line, it's picked off as he rolled to his right, and he threw it into the crowd. Nothing but Bulldogs there.
think that's a play that tomorrow at film session, Coach Parmentier and Coach Reinhardt are going to ask, what were you looking at there? What did you see? And they're going to wish that they had that play back. And I think Noah would say the same thing. As you said, he rolled out right. He was chased by several of the defensive linemen on the Bulldogs. That's one of those where I think tomorrow they'll talk about, you throw that ball in on the sideline, you throw it out of bounds, and we punt it away. Instead, it's a turnover. Gives Highland really good field position here on the CM 36. Highland looking to go up 2 scores here.
And Highland had numbers, that's for sure. Both running at the quarterback and guarding all the receivers, covering the receivers. Here's Logan Chandler for a couple of yards to the right. Walker comes in, and now a flag comes in as one of the Highland players was holding down one of the CM players after the whistle. Carson Miller was under that pile. And it's going to be a penalty on Highland again, and they've had some penalties here. Their share in the first quarter, even though they lead it 8-0.
They sure have, and it looks like this is going to be a personal foul, possibly unsportsmanlike conduct.
Dead ball, and it is a dead ball penalty. And it'll be on Highland. After that run by Chandler for a couple of yards. So now the Highland defense has recovered a fumble. 3 minutes later, they have an interception, a pick. So 2 turnovers by the CM offense.
So I think you'd much rather be up 8-0 than down 8-0, but I know that Coach Warnicki and the Highland sideline are not happy. They get decent field position and then immediately negate it with penalties that probably could be avoided.
Snap back, Weebles looking to throw it. He throws it to a seam, an open receiver there, number 1, James Beard. He makes the grab and picks up, well, about 10 or 12 yards there, so he got some of the penalty yardage back. It's going to be 3rd down and long, though, still 3rd and about 12 to go. And they may not huddle here. They may get it going with 2:20 to go, first quarter. And they have receivers to the left, none to the right. So let's see if this play comes to the near side. It is going to be a run to the near side. They run left with Chandler. He's inside the 30, down near the 20. First down as they run basically student body left with all the receivers blocking 2, and Chandler walks all the way down, really strutting to the 21-yard line. First down.
Nice run there by Logan Chandler, no question about that, but most of that credit, like you said, goes to the entire team, really, for the blocking. And we knew coming in that Highland was young at some of those skilled positions, but on the line, they were very veteran with a lot of guys who've logged a lot of playoff minutes. They did a great job there, creating a lot of space.
Now it's going to be Weebles with a fake, and he runs it up the middle. He fakes the handoff, and he's into the red zone. Down inside the 15, all the way down to near the 13. Well, the mark it at the 14-yard line, it looks like.
Nice run there. We've seen that several times. Sometimes we see the handoff. Sometimes we see the quarterback, Brent Weebles, keep it, and he's doing a nice job of seeing that hole and reading it and being able to pick up some gains here.
Second down and about 3 on that gain of 7 for the quarterback. He's in the shotgun again. Chandler to his right again. And they fake the pitch to Chandler, and it's going to be Weebles again. Inside the 10, 1st and goal, as he's down near the 9-yard line, it looks like. And the Bulldogs are on the move again after the interception, and after that penalty backed them up, they're still moving down.
Yeah, the only thing that has really stopped the Bulldogs thus far tonight has been themselves with penalties and giving themselves such long possessions, but they are marching down the field right now.
1st and goal at the 9. Highland by a touchdown, and they're looking for more. Weebles with a fake. Now he throws it. It's caught near the goal line, and touchdown. It's a 9-yard touchdown play. A little play action, misdirection. They faked it left. He rolled right, and he caught the receiver on the fly out there in the flat. Touchdown, Highland, 14-0 now.
Nice job there by the Bulldogs. You know, they have done a lot of different things offensively, a lot of option. They certainly don't throw as much as they have in years past, but they throw just enough that it makes you stay honest, and then you have a difficult job stopping the run. And then once you start to gear for that, they do a nice job with some play fakes like we just saw there, and a really nice pass on open receiver, but a nice pass there by Brent Weebles. And that puts the Bulldogs up 14-0 as they go for the point after.
And they try for the kick with Hunter Swift, number 24. The hold down, the kick is up, and it looks good. It is good. The extra point makes it 15-0 in favor of Highland. They scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. We have just 34 seconds left. First quarter. Back at CM in a moment. Bulldogs by 2 touchdowns now. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Brightway Imaging has been serving the Riverbend's radiology needs for over a decade. Brightway's services include MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and mammography. Brightway offers a more private and comfortable experience with caring and compassionate techs to guide you through each exam. As an independent imaging center, Brightway Imaging offers lower cost exams with pricing you can understand. Prompt service, convenient parking, knowledgeable staff. Let Brightway show why they are a smarter healthcare solution. Visit us at RiverBender.com.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Right back in Bethalto here for the last 34 seconds of the first quarter. And now after one quarter, Highland going to lead by 15, it looks like. Here's a return for the Eagles on the kickoff over the 25, out near the 30-yard line. But Highland, 2 touchdowns. Remember, 2 turnovers on defense, too. A fumble and an interception. And they have scored twice, and they've looked good doing it both drives, really.
They sure have, and with a young team coming in on the road on a homecoming game, you want to score early, kind of take the crowd out of it, that sort of thing, and they've been able to do that. It's very early in this game still here in the first quarter, but I feel like this is a crucial possession for the Eagles. Need to not turn it over and be able to move the ball down the field a little bit.
Eagles have turned it over on both possessions. A fumble, then an interception, and now a run on an end around here. It's Karan Parchman, the sophomore, gets a carry. Number 1, he'll carry it over the 30, and that may be the last play of the first quarter. He gains 2 yards as he runs to the right, and that is going to be the end of the first quarter now, with CM trailing in their homecoming football game tonight. After one quarter, it is early, but Highland leading 15-0 over Civic Memorial. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Roberts Motors is proud to say that we've been serving the Alton area for over 68 years. We must be doing something right to be able to say that. Stop by and find out why customers love the experience at Roberts. We pride ourselves in providing our customers all the information they want in an upfront manner, making the process of buying a vehicle easy and surprise-free. High pressure, hidden fees, surprises, not allowed here. Stop by today and let us show you how buying a car is supposed to be. Roberts, the value store since 1949.
Hello, this is Scotty for B-Dry with a couple of tips on Monarch egress windows from B-Dry. When finishing a basement, building codes often require an egress window for safety reasons. Egress windows from B-Dry offer peace of mind and provide safe, easy exit and entrance for family and first responders in case of emergency. Egress windows from B-Dry also add natural sunlight to your basement and value to your home. To learn more about egress windows from B-Dry, visit them online at bdrysolutions.com.
Miller, Brent Berkland back with you, ready for the second quarter now. CM football, 2nd and 8, their own 31-yard line. Back at the Barrett Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. And 15-0 Highland. They've scored 2 touchdowns here first quarter. Turbyfill rolling to his left, running for his life. He is dumped at the 35-yard line. He will gain, looks like about 4 out to the 35. It'll be 3rd down and 4 more to go.
So that was an important play there to bring up a third and a manageable situation here as the Eagles are going to try and dial something up. You mentioned that Karan Parchman got the ball on first down. We have not mentioned his name up until that very last play of the first quarter, and he is one of the biggest weapons that the Eagles have on offense, along with Noah and Logan Turbyfield. So I think we'll see if Coach Reinhardt is going to try to get the ball in his hands a little bit more as the night goes on.
3rd down and 4. Let's see if a pass is coming. It is. Noah Turbyfield in trouble, about to be sacked, and it was knocked down. Parchman, the intended receiver, but Dylan Litzenberg, number 9, knocked the ball down as that had a little bit too much air under it. Incomplete.
Yeah, nice job there by Litzenberg. Kind of came out of nowhere and really closed on that ball and was able to get his hand in there and make a nice play on it and knock it to the ground. And Eagles are going to have to punt here.
11:08 to go, first half. You mentioned Parchman. Some other weapons, though. Nick Walker, Chandler Powell, Logan Turbyfield haven't been able to use those offensive weapons because of turnovers. And Highland, with the time of possession in their favor, with those drives, scoring touchdowns. Here's a punt return, and right off the bat, Logan Turbyfield makes a nice open field tackle on the return man, and at his own 27-yard line, Highland will start there.
Nice punt there by Powell and really good coverage by Turbyfield. Couldn't have asked for a better situation, I think, if you're seeing him there with that punt. Kind of flip the field a little bit and give Highland a long way to go here, but this is one of those times. Last week we talked about every time that the Eagles needed a stop against Mascoutah, they were able to get it. Thus far, they've not been able to do that against Highland. This is one of those drives that really need to be able to force Highland to punt here and get the ball back.
And maybe a turnover.
Turnovers would always be great.
Yeah, especially when you trail 15-0 here at home. Here's a slow developing play to the near side, incomplete, as that pass may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage too, but it comes out incomplete here to Broden Lewis, number 34.
Nice pressure there by Alex Reams. Alex was able to put some pressure on the quarterback, but get his hand up and tip that ball, as you mentioned, or otherwise I think that would have been a completed pass as well. So that's a good start for the Eagles here on that first down.
2nd down and 10, Highland ball. They scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. In between those 2 touchdowns, they also had 2 turnovers, a fumble and an interception for their defense. Here's a throw to the near side. It is caught. James Beard had to come down to the ground to make that catch on the low throw. It's going to gain about 3 or 4 yards. 3rd down.
So big 3rd down here for the Eagles. 3rd and 7. We talked about they need to get the ball back. If they're able to get this stop here, should get decent field position. So a big possession here.
Defensive coordinator Dustin Devening calling the play here. Purple and gold on defense. 3rd and 7, Highland. They're going to run the ball. Logan Chandler running the ball right through the Eagles defense, over the 35, over the 40, out near the 42-yard line. And how about the start for Logan Chandler running the football?
You can't ask for more. You know, he is now, after his points tonight, he is the 2nd leading scorer in the MVC with his touchdowns. That gives him 7 touchdowns on the season, but he's just a hard runner. Every time that they've needed some yards, they've given him the ball, and he's been able to get it. So Eagles are going to have to be able to get that on 3rd down and force Highland to punt.
And we should mention, and Logan Chandler would mention too, is some good blocking in front of him. He's got some big boys up on that offensive line. Boy, you look at 71, 77, 66. They're all big linemen. 75. Here's a run up the middle to the 45-yard line. A gain of a couple for Highland. 9:30 to go, 2nd quarter.
And to your point, Brent, not only are they big, they have experience, and they have playoff experience. This is a program that's made the state semifinals 2 years in a row. Ran into Rochester a couple of times, and these guys have some experience as well as size.
2nd quarter underway here. There's a snap back. Weebles will hand it off. Looks like Logan Chandler bouncing off defenders, and now an open field tackle, and a good one by Lowen. It looked like Keaton Lowen made the play. He did. The senior grabbed Chandler by the ankle and brought him down at the 46.
Good tackle there by Lowen. It looked like Chandler might be knocked at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to bounce off a couple of CM tacklers bounced to the outside. Lowen was able to bring him down. Like you said, good form tackling.
Lowen here on the near side in the secondary. Over on the far side, Grant Lane, number 21. The safety is Parchman, playing deep on defense. Here's a man in motion. Weeble's going to hand it to that man in motion. It's Beard turning the corner, blocking again. First down again. 3rd and long and 3rd and 6, and they're able to run the ball and get a first down.
That's 2 consecutive 3rd downs where if you're a CM fan, you feel pretty comfortable that you might be able to get that stop. A 3rd and 6 is a long way to go, but both times Highland has been able to run the ball and get that first down, keep the chains moving, and sustain this drive. And this is one of those where the Eagles can bend, but they cannot break on this possession. You do not want to go down 3 scores to a team like Highland that can run the football like they can.
There's a snap back, and they're going to throw the football. It's complete to the 40, down near the 35-yard line. That's going to be another first down as that throw went over the middle on the left hash, and it was complete to Cade Altadonna, a freshman wide receiver, number 80 over there.
Starting to become a little bit more impressed with Highland as they get rolling here. You know, as you watch them, they do not huddle, so it is a no-huddle offense, but it is not a speed-up, hurry-up, no-huddle offense like we've seen from Highland in the past.
Well, here's something I was waiting for, and that's a timeout on defense, and here it comes for CM. They have got to try and stop this bleeding here. It's 15-0 Highland, already with 2 touchdowns in the game, and Dustin Devening and the defense. The defensive coaches and the defensive players need something here, some kind of spark against Highland. 7:50 to go, 2nd quarter. It's a timeout for the CM Eagles, and both teams huddle up. We've had touchdowns, well, one on the ground by Logan Chandler, one through the air, Brent Weebles throwing a touchdown pass, and the Bulldogs lead this game 15-0, 2nd quarter.
We've really seen a good mix from the Highland offense. You know, they have done some quarterback option where he has been able to make good decisions. We see an outstanding running back in Logan Chandler, and we see a freshman quarterback in Brent Weebles who's able to not try to do too much most of the time and take what the defense is giving him, and some really good mixed up play calling by Highland as well.
The receivers running the football even.
And I think the most important thing that a lot of times we kind of forget about is all of those things are possible because the offensive line is doing such a great job in allowing those things to happen.
You're right. Here's the snap back, and hits Chandler over the left side. He has a big hole again inside the 30, down near the 29. Downhill for the Bulldogs for sure. A gain of about 6. 7.5 minutes to go till halftime now. We'll call it a 5-yard gain to the 30-yard line. It's 2nd down and 5. 7:25 to go. They snap the ball again to Weebles. And over the middle it goes. An open receiver, but incomplete. Connor Sands was open. The defender had fallen to the ground there between the hash marks, and that should have been 6.
That's a tough pass for a quarterback, especially a young who hasn't had a lot of those situations. Like you said, it was right over the middle. It's kind of tough to judge some depth there sometimes, and the pass was where it needed to be. It was just about 5 to 7 yards too deep. But you're right, he was open, and with a good pass there, that is another 6 for the Bulldogs. So it brings up another 3rd and 4, and the Eagle defense hasn't been able to do it yet, but they need to get a stop right here.
3rd down and 4 for Highland, leading by 15 points. Man in motion, receiver may run it. Nope, they fake it. Weebles will run it, and he has a first down to the 25 and the 24-yard line. And now some pushing and shoving after the whistle. A Highland player goes down to the ground, but it's a first down near the 25-yard line. This time Weebles faked it to that receiver that was in motion, and he ran the ball.
Really just doing a great job of mixing it up there, and a good decision again by Weebles. And it seems like when they need that first down on 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6, they are able to mix up their run plays, and so far have been able to get the first down each time.
They hand it to Chandler. He's looking left side, and once he's hit, he still pushes the pile forward down near the 20-yard line. And there's a flag. Sooner or later, these Extracurricular activities after the whistle are going to be penalized, and let's see if it's on the defense or the offense. A late flag flying in there.
From the way the Highland players came out clapping their hands, my suspicion is this will be on the Eagles, but we'll wait as the officials are huddling together there. And, you know, not to make excuses by any means, because late hits are dangerous and unacceptable, and they should be flagged. I imagine there is some frustration setting in on the Eagle defensive line, in particular, and the defense in general here, that they have not been able to stop Highland, and particularly on third down.
Dead ball foul. It's going to be both ways. Highland and CM. Personal fouls both ways. That gain was about 4 yards to the 20-yard line, so into the red zone for Highland again. And this time they're headed to the north end zone, to our right. And let's see what happens on 2nd down and 6.
I'm glad to see that flag by officials. Like you said, Brent, there had been a little bit of pushing and shoving on both sides after the play the last couple of times. So got to be able to get a handle on that. Safety is important in high school football and football in general, and got to take care of players. And one way to do that is to send that message, is to flag both teams.
Here's a snap, and they fake it to the receiver. There goes Weebles again. He's inside the 15. Looks like a first down to the sideline. The far sideline goes the quarterback, as he faked to a running back, a receiver, and he's going to get to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 in the red zone, 14 yards away from maybe their 3rd touchdown of this first half. CM has been shut out by the Bulldogs, 15-0, and here comes Highland again. 3 receivers to the near side, to the right of the quarterback, 1 receiver to the left. They'll hand it off, though. They spread out the formation. There goes Logan Chandler, all the way inside the 5-yard line. He goes, rumbling for a 1st and goal.
Just another hard run there by Chandler. You know, there's not a lot to describe what Highland is doing right now, other than to just say that their offensive line is manhandling the Eagles' defensive line, and they're mixing up who runs the ball.
And the Eagles have too many players on the field, so they have to burn a timeout. They had a player come on late, and an Eagle did not come off the field. So from the 2-yard line, 1st and goal, another timeout burned by CM, and Highland, Adam, just 2 yards away from doing it again.
Yeah, they're just putting on a clinic offensively, especially that offensive line. And I think that you're right, they had to call a defensive timeout there because too many men were on the field, but probably came at a good time for CM. You know, it is 1st and goal from the 1, and from what we've seen on this drive, it's going to be difficult for the Eagles to get a stop here, but you never know. Give your defensive guys a breather here. Maybe you can force a turnover. You never know what can happen. Games turn on these types of things, but if Highland is able to gain this yard and punch it in and take a 3-score lead here with 6 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter, it would be a really, really difficult blow for the Eagles.
Coaches there in the defensive huddle looked like they were pointing up at the scoreboard like, look at this, guys, we're in trouble. 15-0. Look at the scoreboard, 6:27 to go, 2nd quarter. Highland with a lead on the road, a good start on the road. It all started with that first drive that took about 5 minutes off the clock. Logan Chandler scored from 2 yards out. And then with just 34 seconds left in the first quarter, after a Highland interception, they scored on a touchdown pass. And now Highland is knocking at the door again. From about 1.5 yards away now, it's 1st and goal. Handoff Chandler, up the middle, touchdown Bulldogs. 1st and goal, and they will score again. 3 touchdowns for Highland here in the first half.
Nothing fancy there, just a little dive left, handed the ball off to Chandler. A big hole created by his offensive line. He punched it in. That's his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bulldogs take a 21-0 lead here with 6:23 to go in the 2nd quarter. It looks like Highland will be going for the point after.
Extra point coming from 24. That's Hunter Swift on the hold from the quarterback, Brent Weebles. Here it comes at 21-0. Highland trying to tack on another point. Extra point is in the air. It looks good again. And it is good again. The kick is good. Highland 22-0 over Civic Memorial here. CM will get it back halfway through the second quarter. When we come back to CM High, you're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Sporting Goods has been a fixture in the Riverbend since 1955, offering the highest quality sporting goods from brands like Adidas, Rawlings, Wilson, Mizuno, Marucci, and Asics. We're a custom team outfitter, providing uniforms and accessories to programs ranging from colleges to park and rec teams. Our retail store at 2720 Groveland Street in Godfrey affords what is becoming a unique experience, the ability to touch, feel, try on, and get expert insight into the right equipment for each athlete. Stop in and see the difference today.
The experience from the time they walk in the door, from the time they sit in front of a financial service officer, we want their experience to be one that they will remember, one that they will leave and tell their friends about, but one that is hassle-free.
We have their best needs at heart, that we deliver on what we say we're going to do.
And let them know that we're there and that we care outside of your money, we care about your family.
Second quarter, Adam Miller and Brent Birkeland back with you here. Up in the press box, high atop Hauser Field, and 22-0. The Highland Bulldogs have scored again. We're halfway through the second quarter. After one quarter, 15-0. Now the Bulldogs lead the Eagles 22-0. CM going to get the football again. A low line drive is going to be grabbed at the 10-yard line. Keaton Lowen, number 12, out to the 20, to the 30. About the 32-yard line it goes.
You know, Brett, we don't have one of those fancy time of possession clocks up here, but I would guess of the about 20 minutes we've played tonight so far, Highland has had the ball about 16 or 17 of those minutes. It's really important for Coach Reinhardt to dial up some offensive plays here, for the Eagles to be able to put a good series together. Obviously, you want to put points on the board, but just getting some first downs and being able to get a little bit of flow on offense, I think would make a big difference here in the second quarter for the Eagles.
2 turnovers have been critical, obviously. A fumble and an interception. And now Noah Turbyfill, the quarterback, will run it to the 40, 41-yard line. His own 41-yard line. A good pickup of about 8 or 9 yards.
A designed run there. You know, maybe a good way to settle Noah down, maybe get your offensive line a little bit of success there. Good 8-yard run, 2nd and 1 here, and we'll see how the Eagles look to proceed.
Highland off to a fast start tonight. 8-0, then 15-0. Now 22-0. 5:54 to go till halftime, and looks like we have a penalty in between plays here, maybe, or something.
Looks like that's going to be on Highland.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, 15 yards on Highland. How about that? All the way to the Highland 44-yard line with that 15 yards.
And that one was well after the play. That looked like a verbal situation that led to that 15-yard penalty. But you know, when you're CM and you're down 22-0 here at home, you'll take any yards you can get, and maybe this 15-yard penalty and that run by Turbyfill is what gets the Eagle offense going.
Snap back, here's Parchman to the near side, number 1 for CM. Ducks inside the 40, 39-yard line where he stepped out of bounds, maybe to 38.
Well, we've talked about Parchman needing to get the ball, and he's one of the big weapons, and get him the ball in space, and that's what they tried to do there. And another 6-yard gain, so these first 3 snaps for the Eagles have resulted in a couple of first downs. So we'll see if they can continue to go. They are into Highland territory here at the Highland 38.
Just over 5 minutes left. Snap back. Here's Turbyfill, the quarterback again. Lots of room up the middle, inside the 30. To the 29, 28-yard line.
Another designed run there by Turbyfill, who comes up with a little bit of a limp there. Looks like his left leg, but my guess is that he will go back out. And the Eagle offense is eating up some yards now, which is exactly what they needed to do here. And got to finish this by putting some points on the board.
Got to have some points before halftime. We're under 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Noah Turbyfill waits. This one's a handoff. Nick Walker over the right side. He's got room. Here's a penalty flag coming in. Maybe he had room because of a blocking foul or a holding here or a clip of some kind, but Walker down to the 20-yard line. It's holding on CM. Over the right side for the Eagles, it's coming back.
It's definitely getting a little chippy out there, really on both sides. I thought that we might see another personal foul flag at the end of that play there, maybe for a late hit, but either officials did not see that or deemed it was not a violation. But the surest way to stop a drive like the Eagles are on right now is to create penalties, and we see that hold there, and that is not what they wanted to do. Ball is moving in the wrong direction.
Triad Mascoutah score I see here. Indians 12-7, late second quarter, leading the Triad Knights. Mascoutah on top. Here's a long pass. Logan Turbyfill there. He bobbles it. He grabs it. Is he inbounds? And it looks like he was inbounds. It was close. He bobbled it. They say he caught it at the 4-yard line. Long bomb to Logan Turbyfill, and he grabs it 4-yard line.
I think Highland coach Jimmy Warnicki is wishing he had a challenge flag that he could throw out there. That was a call that could have gone either way, and I think CM is very fortunate that it went their way. Sets up a 1st and goal here from the 4-yard line.
Now a timeout for the defense, Highland. On that play to the near sideline, a long pass and Turbyfill bobbling it. It looked like by the time he had possession, he was well out of bounds, but it was called a completed pass inside the 10 down to the 4-yard line.
You know, and you never know what's going to happen, what break you need, what thing happens that just changes the game. And the Eagles needed a break, and they were able to get one right there. And I think that may put them in a position here where 22-0, maybe you can punch it in, get 6, 7, 8 points here, and it really changes the dynamic of the game. So sometimes being lucky, being good, they're both good.
Got to get a call here and there.
You do.
4:27 to go. Highland up 22-0, and CM now looking for some points as they have a 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. 4:27 left, but Highland has scored 3 touchdowns. The Eagles have not scored at all late in the first half, and they're looking for some now. Powell and Walker behind Turbyfill. It's going to be a handoff. Chandler Powell on a little pitch there. He's down near the goal line. Touchdown, CM. Chandler Powell over the left side. Touchdown Eagles. 4-yard touchdown run. .422 to go, second quarter.
Really important drive there for CM. Survives the penalty that pushed them back 10 yards. Cut this lead from 22-0 to 22-6. Eagles are going to go for 2 here to try to make it 22-8.
22-6 score. Turbyfill going to roll to his right. They're going for the 2-point conversion. It's caught, and it is complete for 2 points. And the Eagles on the board with a touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And just like that, it's 22-8 now.
So at the beginning of the game, in the pregame show, you talked about the offense that the Eagles have had and the points they've been able to put up and how quickly they've been able to do it. We had not seen that so far. A lot of it had been because of turnovers. This particular drive, Eagles are able to keep the ball, not turn it over. They survive a holding penalty, and they're able to march down the field and score when they really needed one. You know, going into halftime 22-8, 22-0 or worse would have been very difficult, but that 8 points right there gets the crowd back in the game, gets the players back in the game, and I think we turn back to the defense again, and we say with 4:22 to go, got to get a stop.
Highland on top, 22-8. That 2-point conversion was a pass. Turbyfill to Chandler Powell as he rolled to his right, and he found number 5 just a yard or 2 into the end zone. He made the quick catch. fell to the ground for 2 points. And with 4:22 left, second quarter, CM will be kicking off as they are on the board now. Highland 22, CM 8. Second quarter, and Highland's going to get the ball again. 8 o'clock, you're in tune to WBGZ Alton. Mississippi Valley Conference football here at CM High tonight. And the Bulldogs lead it on the road, but the Eagles strike. Get their first touchdown. Here's the kick, short, high kick to the 30. It's bobbled there, but Highland will fall on it at their own 33-yard line at 1st and 10 there with 4:20 to go till halftime.
Another break there for CM. Not a particularly long kickoff. Probably not the most well-struck ball there by the Eagles, but Highland did drop it and had to just dive on it to cover it and make sure they didn't turn it over, so they're going to start on their own 33.
Here they come with 4:20 to go. Highland ball again. See how they answer the CM touchdown. See how the Eagles defense responds here. It's going to be a quarterback run. Weebles up the middle over the 40, dives out to the 41-yard line. A big gain on first down. It's a gain of 8.
Brent, you mentioned that as of now, Mascoutah is leading Triad 12-7. Triad was on the move deep in Indian territory, and the turnover bug hit and turned it over. So turnovers big in all the MVC games tonight.
Yeah. A couple for CM in the first quarter, a fumble and an interception. Here's Logan Chandler. He is hit at the line of scrimmage. He's going to fall forward for about 3 or 4 yards, though. First down to the 45, maybe the 46-yard line, near midfield. First down. So Highland looking for a couple of first downs, looking maybe to put some points on the board before halftime.
I would think so. I would expect to see them open it up a little bit here in this last 3:30, but a big opportunity for the Eagles to get a stop if possible.
Here's a handoff up the middle. Lots and lots of room. Chandler into the secondary again. First down. A gain of 11 or so. Here comes a late flag. Again, personal foul defense, and the Eagles are going to lose 15 more yards after that double-digit 11-yard carry.
Well, it's just a double whammy. I mean, one, it's unacceptable, these late hits. But secondly, like you said, you give up an 11-yard gain and then you give up 15. And suddenly, we're discussing, is Highland going to open up the playbook? What are they going to do here in this last 3:30? And now they're looking at getting the ball on the Eagle 27, and Highland is marching down the field. So all the progress that CM has made by scoring on their last possession, they're about to give those points back up here.
Well, we have another personal foul after that whistle. And with 3:15 to go, now the Highland Bulldogs probably can milk some clock. They have a lot of time as they are only 28 yards away from maybe scoring again with the help of that run and the penalty. Here's Weebles over the middle, has a man open again, but overthrows him again, and a flag flies.
I wonder if that may be a hold in the secondary. I'm not sure.
Boy, they had Connor Sands again open down the middle, number 6.
Kind of the same play we saw earlier where Weebles had him and just overthrew him by about 7-8 yards. We'll see if that was because he was held.
Lots of penalties both ways. And we're going to have a penalty on Highland this time. It's going to come back the other way.
They had an illegal man downfield. That'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Bulldogs.
Into the 8 o'clock hour we go, second quarter, 2:59 to go till halftime. Adam Miller and Brent Birkland with you from Bethalto tonight. Homecoming game for the CM Eagles. Huge crowd here tonight. Here's Chandler over the middle. He's going to gain a couple. Somebody lost a helmet down to the 30-yard line. A gain of about 3 this time for Highland. And CM's Nick Walker lost his helmet. He has to come off now. 33 for a play. And fix his helmet if they can.
Walker's such an important two-way player for the Eagles. Helps on offense and defense. Senior, great student, great kid. He's going to have to take this play off, though. It'll be a crucial play here for the Eagle defense.
Second down and about 12 to go. They fake it to Chandler. Now they throw a screen to Chandler. He's got a blocker in front of him and another inside the 20 down. Now there's a flag, a late flag, maybe a clip on that screen down near the 20-yard line.
Highlands had a lot of success with that screen, but that particular one may have been aided by an illegal block. We'll see what the flag is as the referees huddle.
It was a late flag, so maybe a couple of officials didn't see it, then one did see it back in the secondary, and it is on Highland again. They'll be pushed back again with 2:08 to go, second quarter.
Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't make much difference whether you're able to stop Highland because you stop them or whether they stop themselves with penalties, but they are definitely making it difficult for themselves here with another penalty on this particular series of downs.
It doesn't seem to matter. Second and long, third and medium to long, because they always seem to convert over and over again in this first half.
With just over 2 minutes to go, we'll see if Highland starts to look to play it safe, but typically that is not Jimmy Warnicki's plan.
Shotgun, man in motion, it's Beard. They fake it to him. The quarterback's going to run to the 30, inside the 30 to the 28-yard line, a gain of about 5, third down, and maybe 10 more to go.
I would guess, Brent, here with 1:40 to go, Highland has one timeout. I would think that they might be in 4-down territory here, so might not be looking to get everything on this 3rd and 10, but pick up 5, 6, 7 yards, make 4th down a little bit more manageable.
I think they're going to run the ball, that's for sure, even though it's 3rd and long. 3rd and 10, we'll see, maybe not.
They've certainly had a lot of success with that tonight thus far.
Here we go. It's Chandler in the backfield, the shotgun for Weebles. We're down to 1:10 to go, second quarter. Snap back, and they give it to Chandler. Around the left end he goes. He's near the first down marker on that run to the left. Down near the 20, 21-yard line. He gained about 7. Must have stepped out of bounds. It's 4th down and short now.
So kind of what we were talking about, get 6, 7 yards there, make 4th down more manageable. It looks like Highland is lining up. They will go for it on 4th and 2.
4th and 2, timeout CM. The Eagles used all 3 of their timeouts this half on defense.
And they've had to, and that's probably a good time. You saw, we mentioned earlier that Highland does not huddle after most plays, but they don't move all that fast either. And that particular time, they did get to the line of scrimmage very, very quickly, and they were ready to snap. And I think CM might have saw that they might not have all the people they wanted where they wanted them. So, like you said, a 3rd defensive timeout this half for CM. But if they're able to get the stop here, it would all be worth it.
Well, we'll keep you updated on some scores as we go along. We hear Roxana has a big lead at Litchfield, 33-0 first half. Still going on there up in Litchfield. Alton and O'Fallon in a tight one, 9-7 O'Fallon last I checked there. The Panthers leading the Redbirds. We talked about Mascoutah Triad. We'll have updates on that as we go along tonight. Mississippi Valley Conference action, week 3 for the conference. Overall, it's week 6 of the high school football season. And after the game tonight, we announce our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game, so stay tuned for that later on tonight. Here we go, 4th and 2 from the 20-yard line. The 20-yard line of CM. Weebles under center. The snap back, handoff to Chandler, and we have a whistle and a false start. Motion on the offense for Highland.
Plenty of penalties on both teams so far tonight, but Highland has had more of those on offense than the Eagles have. And you take a 4th and 2 from the 33 here with 51 seconds to go in the first half, and suddenly it becomes a 4th and 7, and we see some personnel change from Highland here. I do not believe they will kick a field goal or attempt a field goal here, but we do see some personnel shift here at 4th and 7.
Here we go, 22-8 in favor of Highland. They're in the shotgun looking for a pass. And it's going to be thrown in there. Tight coverage, but it is caught for a first down right in the middle of the field. It looked like the Eagles were in a zone defense, but boy, he zipped that one in there and found his receiver that time at the 14-yard line.
You're right, Brent. Tight coverage and a very tight, quick pass there. Able to get the first down. Probably surprised a lot of people here at Hauser Field that they didn't run the ball and passed instead.
Now they'll run it. Logan Chandler around the 10 to the 9-yard line, and timeout with 26 seconds left. Highland will use a timeout. We'll take a break. Bulldogs 22, CM Eagles 8. It's almost halftime. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Vallow Flooring in Edwardsville, Illinois has been serving our greater Metro East communities for over 55 years. Whether you're looking for the latest styles in carpet, vinyl tile, hardwood, or ceramic tile, Vallow can help you find the right floor for your home with every budget in mind. Quality products, 5-star service, and guaranteed installation makes Vallow your number one choice. Check out our design center and flooring outlet to talk with our experienced staff today so you can live better tomorrow.
Right now at Sievers Equipment in Auburn and Jerseyville, score big on Kubota with long-term and low-rate financing available on everything. Kubota's full lineup of construction equipment, compact tractors, utility vehicles, mowers, hay tools, and more. What do you want to accomplish? Well, the right equipment right around the corner in Auburn and Jerseyville. Take on the toughest jobs with Kubota and Sievers Equipment. Visit a Sievers location in Auburn or Jerseyville today, RiverBender.com.
CM on defense, back out of the timeout. Highland calling a timeout with their offense, and the snap back to Weebles. He throws it to the 5. It's caught, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Bulldogs. James Beard, number 1, makes the grab. It is a 10-yard touchdown pass with 20 seconds left till halftime.
Well, a great pass there by Brent Weebles, and James Beard was able to make the catch, and he had to, at that point, either get in the end zone or get out of bounds. There was only 20 seconds to go, and neither team had a timeout. So if he didn't get to the end zone, he needed to get out of bounds, but he was able to stretch across the goal line. And I'm afraid for a lot of folks in the Valley, they see Brent Weebles, that freshman quarterback, James Beard, an outstanding sophomore wide receiver. I think you'll hear those two names in the Valley for several more years.
Extra point in the air and good, and that is a backbreaker after CM had scored to make it 22-8. Highland answers with a good drive. Down the field it goes. They score a touchdown, the extra point, 29-8. They have their 3-score lead back again.
They do, and what an offensive possession there by Highland with short time, but they were able to get that 3-score lead going into halftime just whenever you thought that a couple of breaks had gone CM's way, and they were able to take advantage of them, and it's a new ball game at 22-8. Quite frankly, that 29-8 lead, it seems like a different game as you go into halftime, but the Eagles have to go in and be happy with the fact that they were able to move the ball at one point. They know that they're able to do it. They did get one big stop on Highland, and in the second half, they're just going to have more of each.
20 seconds left, and we've been impressed with the offensive line, Logan Chandler, the receivers. But boy, I tell you what, maybe at the top of the list is this freshman quarterback. All he has done here in the first half.
You know, I think that's whenever you say, yes, he's a freshman, but Highland has a program at this point at which he would not be playing as a freshman were he not an outstanding player.
Yep.
And he has a long way to go and a lot of experience to gain, of course, but the things that he's able to do right now, and he looks very much in command of this Highland offense.
Some of these teams that put their quarterback in as a freshman and sophomore, boy, that's big. That's 3 or 4 years of using the same quarterback time and time again, year after year. There's a kickoff to Parchman. He has to go back and get it inside his 10, and he returns it out to about the 19-yard line, but 15 seconds left, and that's going to be about it for the first half here.
Garrett Marti was a 3-year starter for Highland and graduated a couple of years ago and had an outstanding career for the Bulldogs. And, you know, it's obviously way too early to be talking about a career like that of going to the semifinals 2 years in a row. But they have a tradition of being able to get quarterbacks, and and doing a good job in developing them, and I think that they see something special in Brent Weebles, and from what we're seeing of him running this offense, it's difficult sometimes as a freshman to be able to tell juniors and seniors what to do, and I see him in command of this offense tonight.
And he's been able to run the ball. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes. And the Bulldogs, who led 15-0 after 1 quarter, after 2 quarters, lead it 29-8 as we head to the break. It is halftime, and we will take a break and be back with some halftime here. Also during this halftime, we'll get an Illinois football report as they play tomorrow at Minnesota. We'll hear more about that at halftime here as well. Coming up, though, homecoming halftime here at CM High. Our score, Highland 29, CM Eagles 8. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Brightway Imaging has been serving the Riverbend's radiology needs for over a decade. Brightway's services include MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and mammography. Brightway offers a more private and comfortable experience with caring and compassionate techs to guide you through each exam. As an independent imaging center, Brightway Imaging offers lower cost exams with pricing you can understand. Prompt service, convenient parking, knowledgeable staff. Let Brightway show why they are a smarter healthcare solution. Visit us at RiverBender.com.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Roberts Motors is proud to say that we've been serving the Alton area for over 68 years. You must be doing something right to be able to say that. Stop by and find out why customers love the experience at Roberts. We pride ourselves in providing our customers all the information they want in an upfront manner, making the process of buying a vehicle easy and surprise-free. High pressure, hidden fees, surprises, not allowed here. Stop by today and let us show you how buying a car is supposed to be. Roberts, the value store since 1949.
Scotty here for Be Wet Solutions in Highland, Illinois. Be Wet Solutions is your source for quality above-ground pools from Doughboy, hot tubs from Marquee, and Big Green Egg grills and smokers. And remember, Be Wet Solutions is family-owned and operated by the same great folks that own and operate Be-Dry Waterproofing Solutions. Visit their showroom located at Highway 143 and I-70 just west of Highland. Be Wet Solutions, committed to quality products and customer service. BeWetSolutions.com.
Black Sporting Goods has been a fixture in the Riverbend since 1955, offering the highest quality sporting goods from brands like Adidas, Rawlings, Wilson, Mizuno, Marucci, and Asics. We're a custom team outfitter, providing uniforms and accessories to programs ranging from colleges to park and rec teams. Our retail store at 2720 Groveland Street in Godfrey affords what is becoming a unique experience: the ability to touch, feel, try on, and get expert insight into the right equipment for each athlete. Stop in and see the difference today.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
The experience from the time they walk in the door, from the time they sit in front of a financial service officer, we want their experience to be one that they will remember, one that they will leave and tell their friends about, but one that is hassle-free. free.
We have their best needs at heart, that we deliver on what we say we're going to do.
And let them know that we're there and that we care outside of your money, we care about your family.
Vallow Flooring in Edwardsville, Illinois has been serving our greater Metro East communities for over 55 years. Whether you're looking for the latest styles in carpet, vinyl tile, hardwood, or ceramic tile, Vallow can help you find the right floor for your home with every budget in mind. Quality products, 5-star service, and guaranteed installation make
Please welcome back to Civic Memorial Marching Eagles under the direction of Miss Michaela Davis, percussion instructor Alex Hornsey, and color guard instructor Paige Mall. Other staff include Sam Frosch, Braden Shirley, and Charles Prager. This year's drum majors are senior Madison Imshausen and junior Grace Gross. This year's field show is entitled A Matter of Time with original compositions by Randall Stanbridge. Drum majors, the band ready. You may take the field for your performance. Marching Eagles. Eagles and the color guard. The Marching Eagles received third place in the first two competitions of the season. Their final competition is next Saturday, October 12th at the Preview of Champions of McHenry University. They perform at 4 p.m. Go Eagles!
Vallow Flooring in Edwardsville, Illinois has been serving our greater Metro East communities for over 55 years. Whether you're looking for the latest styles in carpet, vinyl tile, hardwood, or ceramic tile, Vallow can help you find the right floor for your home with every budget in mind. Quality products, 5-star service, and guaranteed installation makes Vallow your #1 choice. Check out our design center and flooring outlet to talk with our experienced staff today so you can live better tomorrow.
Right now at Sievers Equipment in Auburn and Jerseyville, score big on Kubota with long-term and low-rate financing available on everything. Kubota's full lineup of construction equipment, compact tractors, utility vehicles, mowers, hay tools, and more. What do you want to accomplish? Well, the right equipment right around the corner in Auburn and Jerseyville. Take on the toughest jobs with Kubota and Sievers Equipment. Visit a Sievers location in Auburn or Jerseyville today, RiverBender.com.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Brightway Imaging has been serving the Riverbend's radiology needs for over a decade. Brightway's services include MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and mammography. Brightway offers a more private and comfortable experience with caring and compassionate techs to guide you through each exam. As an independent imaging center, Brightway Imaging offers lower cost exams with pricing you can understand. Prompt service, convenient parking, knowledgeable staff. Let Brightway show why they are a smarter healthcare solution. Visit us at brightwayimaging.com.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Roberts Motors is proud to say that we've been serving the Alton area for over 68 years. We must be doing something right to be able to say that. Stop by and find out why customers love the experience at Roberts. We pride ourselves in providing our customers all the information they want in an upfront manner, making the process of buying a vehicle easy and surprise-free. High pressure, hidden fees, surprises, not allowed here. Stop by today and let us show you how buying a car is supposed to be. Roberts, the value store since 1949.
Who I am is not important, but what I am is, and that's a satisfied customer of B-Dry. Not just once, but many times. B-Dry has provided solutions for both basement waterproofing and foundation issues, as well as installation of a new basement egress window. And I'm happy to report that B-Dry has cured the wet basement, crawl space, and foundation blues for thousands of homeowners over 60 years with lifetime transferable warranties. And they'll do the same for you. So call 800-966-2379 or go to bdrysolutions.com.
Black Sporting Goods has been a fixture in the Riverbend since 1955, offering the highest quality sporting goods from brands like Adidas, Rawlings, Wilson, Mizuno, Marucci, and Asics. We're a custom team outfitter, providing uniforms and accessories to programs ranging from colleges to park and rec teams. Our retail store at 2720 Groveland Street in Godfrey affords what is becoming a unique experience: the ability to touch, feel, try on, and get expert insight into the right equipment for each athlete. Stop in and see the difference today.
Hello, this is Scotty for B-Dry with a couple of tips on Monarch egress windows from B-Dry. When finishing a basement, building codes often require an egress window for safety reasons. Egress windows from B-Dry offer peace of mind and provide safe, easy exit and entrance for family and first responders in case of emergency. Egress windows from B-Dry also add natural sunlight to your basement and value to your home. To learn more about egress windows from B-Dry, visit them online at bdrysolutions.com.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
The experience from the time they walk in the door, from the time they sit in front of a financial service officer, we want their experience to be one that they will remember, one that they will leave and tell their friends about, but one that is hassle-free.
We have their best needs at heart, that we deliver on what we say we're going to do.
And let them know that we're there and that we care outside of your money, we care about your family.
Vallo Flooring in Edwardsville, Illinois has been serving our greater Metro East communities for over 55 years. Whether you're looking for the latest styles in carpet, vinyl tile, hardwood, or ceramic tile, Vallo can help you find the right floor for your home with every budget in mind. Quality products, 5-star service, and guaranteed installation makes Vallo your #1 choice. Check out our design center and flooring outlet to talk with our experienced staff today so you can live better tomorrow.
Year-old kids here in this high school environment, and it's high school football Friday night here, week 6 of the season once again. Adam Miller and Brent Berkland with you here. Don't forget, tomorrow we have the Wood River game at 1 o'clock, followed by the Illinois-Minnesota game tomorrow afternoon, live here on the Big Z, and then Marquette tomorrow night at 7. The Oilers home, the Explorers home on a Saturday, and we'll have those games for you tomorrow.
Hard to believe it's week 6, isn't it?
Yes, hard to believe it's October and week 6 of the high school football season. CM will get the ball. Here's the kickoff to start the third quarter. It takes a hop to Parchman. He grabs it on one bounce and he takes it out over the 20 to about the 24-yard line. 1st and 10, CM offense, trailing again by 21 points right now.
Coach Reinhardt had that long halftime. We'll see what he had dialed up here, what he wants to do this first series. You know, it is 29-8, but plenty of time still in this game. We're just now starting the second half, so no reason to start shortening that playbook or constricting it in any way. Lots of things available here, and Eagles definitely need to put together a drive here, and we'll see how it goes here to start the second half.
Highland on defense. It's purple football. Purple CM Eagles on offense. Here's a run. Chandler Powell up the middle. Powell banging out over the 30 to the 34-yard line. He's going to pick up about 10. Looks like it's right on the sticks for a first down. First down CM. That's a good way to start. 10 yards, first play.
Eagles elect to go to Powell, who is a hard-nosed runner. Runs downhill at all times, always trying to gain that extra half yard if he can. So great start there for the second half for the Eagles.
Powell in the backfield again. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right for Noah Turbyfill. He's going to take off and run this time as he is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He may get 1 yard over the left side, and that's about it.
Noah Turbyfill had a much better first half running the football than he did throwing the football. So had some success there, so good idea to go back to that here early in the second half.
New play comes in from one of the receivers, number 13, Dylan Dublow, brings in the new play to the huddle. 10:55 to go, third quarter. 29-8, Bulldogs lead the CM Eagles. They led 22-0 before CM got on the board. Here's a roll to the right, throw, and it is picked off again by the Highland Bulldogs. An ill-advised throw out here to the flat, to the near side, and Noah Turbyfill threw it right to a Highland defender, and he returns it all the way down into the red zone, about the 17-yard line.
That was number 23, Liam Gallagher, a 5'9 junior for Highland. Like you said, probably a pass that Turbyfield would like to have back, but a good read there by Gallagher, who was able to pick that and to just keep running. And not the way the Eagles wanted to start the second half here, as Highland picks it up on the 17.
And the Eagles go right to defense here after the third turnover of the game, and it's all turnovers on the CM side, CM offense. Here's a run up the middle. Looks like Logan Chandler about the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Bulldogs go right back to their big workhorse in the backfield there, Logan Chandler. No reason to mix that up at all as they give him the ball on their first carry of the second half.
So 10-15 to go, clock running. Second down and 8. A gain of about 2 or 3 yards there, down near the 15-yard line. Highland 29-8. They already have the big lead. Here's Chandler over the right side, and he moves into deeper into CM territory, down near the 10, maybe the 12-yard line. His knee was down.
One thing we haven't seen from Highland tonight is big explosive plays. They've been slow, they've been steady, never one to really make a big play down the field, but they've just been eating a few yards at a time, somewhere between 3, sometimes 10, sometimes 12, but positive yardage almost every time.
And again, not even penalties can stop them, because they've had a lot of penalties tonight too. It's third down and about 4. Here's the quarterback, Weebles up the middle. He fakes it to Chandler, and he will run inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. And is that going to be enough for a first down? It's close. It's very, very close. 4th and less than a yard to go, I think. And
Bulldogs
there's no doubt they'll
quick.
go for it.
They line up quick, they're ready to snap the ball.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. 4th and short, no doubt. Here's a handoff up the middle it goes. Chandler will take a CM defender near the goal line, and it's a touchdown. One of the defenders grabbed him.
We initially had a touchdown from the line judge, but he put his arms down.
Now, one official called touchdown. And the extra point is going to be kicked here. Looks like it was.
You know, usually when one puts up the touchdown sign, they all do.
Right.
But that did not happen here. And
so Chandler goes in from 8 yards out, and it's 35-8 as they turn the turnover into points again. An interception, and just like that, a few plays later, a touchdown. The extra point is up, and it is good again. 36-8 our score now. Highland on the board again. 8:47 to go, third quarter. Back in Bethalto in a moment. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Right now at Sievers Equipment in Auburn and Jerseyville, score big on Kubota with long-term and low-rate financing available on everything. Kubota's full lineup of construction equipment, compact tractors, utility vehicles, mowers, hay tools, and more. What do you want to accomplish? Well, the right equipment right around the corner in Auburn and Jerseyville. Take on the toughest jobs with Kubota and Sievers Equipment. Visit a Sievers location in Auburn or Jerseyville today, RiverBender.com.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Brightway Imaging
Broadcast booth, 8:47 to go. CM gets the ball first in the third quarter. Couple of plays, another turnover, an interception, just like that. Highland has good field position. They return that interception down to the 17-yard line, and they turn it into another touchdown. 36-8, they lead CM now. Eagles return the kickoff. Chandler Powell, now this might be Logan Turbyfill. is going to come out near the 25-yard line, 24-yard line. 1st and 10 CM, but they now trail by 4 touchdowns. Amazing.
So we talked about last possession that the Eagles didn't have to restrict their playbook and that they still had their entire playbook available. And I think at this point, down 4 touchdowns, you do have to look to throw the ball a little bit more here, because if you're going to get back into this game, you've got to score some points quickly.
And remember, there's been 2 bad interceptions thrown to the Highland Bulldogs secondary. 1 fumble, but 2 interceptions. It's been 3 turnovers. When you tack that on to Highland, may have not needed that kind of help to win this game the way they're playing tonight, but they were able to get the 3 turnovers already so far, and we're really early in the 3rd quarter right now. 36-8, our score. Highland on top at CM. Turbyfill back to throw it, and he'll throw it deep. It's underthrown, coming back to make the catch. Parchman, he's got it. Inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. A jump ball, and he jumped into the air, and he grabbed it.
And that's what the Eagles have been able to do so far this year. We have not seen that tonight, but that big playability from Parchman and from Logan Turbyfill, and we just saw it from Noah Turbyfill to Parchman right there.
Parchman, the sophomore, makes the grab there, down to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10. Highland's 37-yard line, and now timeout for Highland.
Highland takes their first timeout.
Not sure if they had 11 on the field. They just want a timeout here and probably talk about CM going to the pass now, I think.
I would think so, and I don't think they like what they saw out of their defense on that particular play. And like you said, I think that CM will be going to the air a little bit more. They may need to try to change their schemes a little bit, make sure they have the right personnel in there. The last thing Highland wants to do right now is to give up another score to the Eagles and extend this game. They're looking to maybe get a stop or even a turnover and try to put the nail in the coffin here, whereas the Eagles are looking to try and give themselves an opportunity to get back in it.
Salvage something out of this ball game and something out of this second half. Again, 15-0 was our score after 1 quarter. At halftime, we had a 29-8 ball game, 29-8 in favor of Highland. Right now, it's 36-8. The Bulldogs tacking on another touchdown already here in the 3rd quarter. Now it's CM ball coming out of this timeout. 7:42 to go here in the 3rd period. Pena leading Greenville 3rd quarter, 26-7. Pena looking to go to 6-0. Strong team from the SCC there. Mater Dei leading Quincy Notre Dame 25-6 in favor of Breeze Mater Dei. Here's a throw to Parchman again. He caught it. Touchdown! Inside the 10. He grabbed it, and he just walked into the end zone, waltzing into the end zone. 37 yards for 6.
What is that, a 4-play drive there for the Eagles, able to strike quickly, and that's exactly what they needed to get back into this. And that defensive timeout did not help Highland, as it looked like there was a little confusion there between the safety and the defensive back on who was going to pick up Parchman. Neither one of them did. He was wide open. Great pass from Noah Turbyfill, and it's 6 for the Eagles.
Now the extra point is on the way. Kayla Aiello ready to kick it through, and this one is blocked right at the line of scrimmage. A low kick, and into the line it goes. 36-14 as the Eagles score their 2nd touchdown of the ball game to try to get back into the ball game. But the only way they're going to get back into the ball game is with defense and with stopping Highland from scoring some more.
At this point, that's what you have to do, and you're going to have to look at stopping Highland almost every possession here as we go forward. But going back to the beginning of our game, Brent, Coach Reinhardt, who is our offensive coordinator here at CM, had shared that one of the things he was concerned about is if the Eagles got down, how they would be able to come back because of Highland's ability on the offensive line to control the line of scrimmage and their outstanding running backs and their ability to run the ball. We've seen that so far tonight, I don't expect Highland to get ultra conservative at this point and start running the football, but if that is what they choose to do, their offensive line has been able to create holes for them so far. On the flip side, the Eagles have been down in every game they've played this year and are 4-1, so they are accustomed to coming back. This, of course, is the biggest deficit that they've had, but it is not an unfamiliar feeling, and if I had to guess what Coach Parmentier was hammering at halftime, he was talking about how they've come back in every game that they've won so far.
CM kickoff now, 7:35 to go, third quarter. The Eagles get on the board with their second touchdown of the game, 36-14 our score. 5 touchdowns for Highland, 2 touchdowns now for CM. Here's a high short kick again. It's going to be grabbed at the 35-yard line of Highland, and they'll start there, 1st and 10, as Cade Altadonna makes the grab on that little pop-up, and it looks like it will be the 34-yard line. First and no, it is 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Altadonna is another freshman who called a fair catch on that, but another one of Highland's outstanding skilled position freshmen that I'm sure we'll hear a lot of in the next 3 years.
Bulldogs 36, the Eagles 14. Highland ball again. Third quarter in front of this big homecoming crowd. Highland with a good crowd on the far side, of course, as always. Highland Bulldogs love their sports, home and away. Here's a handoff to Beard. He goes over the right side. Good blocking. 40, 45, 50. Into CM territory before he's thrown out of bounds late. And it's going to be an extra 15 yards. Personal foul is going to be called on CM on that tackle out of bounds, I think. And so, down to the 45-yard line on that long run by Beard. There's the receiver again, rushing the football. And this ball is going to be moved down to the 30-yard line on a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty.
Well, we talked about, and the officials certainly gave both sides fair warning that they were going to have a short leash on those types of plays here in this second half, and unfortunately, we had to see them pull the flag right there.
Long run by Beard. Wide receivers running the ball on sweeps and end arounds, and now they go back between the tackles, right over the center. Logan Chandler down to the 21-yard line. A gain of 9 for number 25, Chandler. He's not huge, 5'11", 200. He's a junior, very strong, but not oversized at running back. But he and the Bulldogs lead this game 36-14, and they're driving again. The pistol formation, man in motion. Weebles keep the ball on the ground. Nope, they're going to put it in the air. They throw it into the air. It's caught on the far sideline. Down near the 10, that's going to be a first down. It was second and short. And the pass goes to about the 12-yard line. 1st and 10, Highland.
That was number 80, Altadonna, so freshman quarterback to freshman wide receiver there for the first down, as Highland's looking to score and answer the Eagles' touchdown.
The Bulldogs already have 5 touchdowns. Chandler has 3 touchdowns in this game. Here we go, 6:19 remaining, third quarter. And the Eagles get ready on defense again. They fake the handoff to Beard. Weebles has room up the middle, and he bounces inside the 10 to about the 6 or 7 yard line. That's a good chunk down in the red zone, about 5 yards. Second down. Under 6 minutes to go in the ball game, or in the third quarter now. Third quarter in Bethalto. Second down and about 5 to go.
To this point, Highland has been able to do pretty much whatever they've wanted offensively. Pass, throw, quarterback run. Offensive line's done a good job, and they've been able to do almost whatever they want.
Man in motion again for Highland, and they will run the ball to the near side. Turning the corner, looks like Chandler, and he's in. Touchdown! Highland Bulldogs have scored again. Another touchdown for Chandler. This one from 6 yards away.
nice job there. Have guys in motion. Hand off to Chandler. He runs to the left side. Good blocking. And he's able to run in for another touchdown.
5:31 to go. Logan Chandler scoring again. Highland has put up 42 points. Here comes the extra point. 6-yard touchdown run for Chandler. Extra point on the way. 42-14 Bulldogs. Extra point in the air. It looks good again. And it is good again. 5:31 to go. Third quarter. Highland scores again. 43-14. They lead Civic Memorial. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Brightway Imaging has been serving the Riverbend's radiology needs for over a decade. Brightway's services include MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and mammography. Brightway offers a more private and comfortable experience with caring and compassionate techs to guide you through each exam. As an independent imaging center, Brightway Imaging offers lower cost exams with pricing you can understand. Prompt service, convenient parking, knowledgeable staff. Let Brightway show why they are a smarter healthcare solution. Visit us at RiverBender.com.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
5:31 to go, third quarter. Highland leading CM. And it's now 43-14. The Bulldogs scoring again, answering CM's touchdown once again. They've been able to do that and more tonight. CM with just 2 touchdowns in the ball game. Here's Logan Turbyfill again with a return on the kickoff. Out near the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 CM. Roxana, after 3 quarters, leading at Litchfield, 47-6. The Shell's going to get a road win tonight in the SCC. Mentioned Pena against Greenville. That's all Pena in the second half right now. 2 5-0 teams there.
Mascoutah still leads Triad 12-7 in the third quarter.
Still 12-7, yeah. Jerseyville Waterloo, the other Valley game. Here it's all Highland. 43-14. CM going to run the ball. Up the middle it goes to the 30-yard line. A gain of a couple there for the quarterback, Noah Turbyfill.
Our last update, Waterloo, Jersey had Jerseyville up 20-14 at the half.
Jerseyville looking for a win at home, and then their homecoming next week. 4:50 to go here, third quarter. Turbyfill waits for the snap. He's in the shotgun. He's looking over the middle. He's in trouble now, and he's going to be sacked. Highland will sack him way back inside the 20, near the 15-yard line. As he went back to throw, he had a lot of time to throw, but good coverage downfield, and he is sacked. And so it's going to be third down and about 25 to go.
Quick update in that NBC game. Triad has now taken a 15-12 lead over Mascoutah.
What a game. Triad and Mascoutah battling tonight.
This would be 3 weeks in a row that Mascoutah's been in a 1-score game.
Yeah, that's true. We're under 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Third and long. Turbyfill throwing short, and it's going to be a pitch to Parchment. He's down the sideline. He's gone. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. A little hook and ladder, a completion, and then a quick pitch to Parchment. He's gone.
That was about as an effective of a hook and ladder as you're going to see in a high school game. Really, really well executed there by CM, and a great call by Coach Reinhardt. And they scored quickly both times here, but like we talked about, they've got to get a stop, but 2 quick scores, and great play there by the Eagles. Incredibly well executed to cut this lead to 43-20 think they might go for 2 here.
And so, I'm not sure if that was Logan Turbyfield that made the little pitch to Parchman, but he was gone once he got it. Now they'll go for 2. The throw into the end zone is good to number 2. Logan Turbyfield grabs it on the pass from Noah Turbyfield, and the 2-point conversion is good. And that makes it 43-22. The Eagles get 8 points on a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And we have a 43-22 ball game when we come back to Bethalto. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Roberts Motors is proud to say that we've been serving the Alton area for over 68 years. You must be doing something right to be able to say that. Stop by and find out why customers love the experience at Roberts. We pride ourselves in providing our customers all the information they want in an upfront manner, making the process of buying a vehicle easy and surprise-free. High pressure, hidden fees, surprises, not allowed here. Stop by today and let us show you how buying a car is supposed to be. Roberts, the value store since 1949.
Black Sporting Goods has been a fixture in the Riverbend since 1955, offering the highest quality sporting goods from brands like Adidas, Rawlings, Wilson, Mizuno, Marucci, and Asics. We're a custom team outfitter, providing uniforms and accessories to programs ranging from colleges to park and rec teams. Our retail store at 2720 Groveland Street in Godfrey affords what is becoming a unique experience, the ability to touch, feel, try on, and get expert insight into the right equipment for each athlete. Stop in and see the difference today.
Parchman for 6 points, 85 yards that covers total on that touchdown pass, and the 2-point conversion good. Turbyfield to Turbyfield. Now it's a kick for CM. Kickoff again. This is Chandler Powell. Maybe an onside kick. It is going to be an onside kick. Grabbed by Highland though, and they will fall on it at about their 42-yard line.
Onside kick.
Maybe trying to catch Highland by surprise there. You caught it, Brent, so it didn't surprise you, and it didn't look like it surprised Highland either, but wasn't maybe the traditional onside kick where you kick it to the left or to the right and hope for a bounce. It was actually kicked down the middle, and Powell, who's the kicker, chased after it, but Highland was able to recover that, and they will pick up the ball on their own 43. So it's kind of do or die time for the CM defense. If they're going to get back into this game and have a chance to make another comeback, they've got to start getting stops, and it's got to start right here.
Highland has led throughout the ball game, 15-0 after 1 quarter. It was 29-8 at halftime. There goes Weebles again. He has a first down, and again, double digits on the carry, on the run. It looks like about 11 more yards on 1st and 10, so it's another first down.
Another fake, and then he's able to gain 10, 11 yards and a first down, but it's so effective because they have so many good running backs like Logan Chandler, who the Eagles haven't been able to stop either. So you see that you think he's going to give it to him, and the defense jumps and shifts their weight, and then he's able to pull it back, and Weebles is able to gain those yards. Again, their 11-yard first down run.
Parchman has scored the last 2 touchdowns for CM, 37 yards and 85 yards. And now up the middle it goes, and once again near the first down marker. The ball carrier goes, and again it's the quarterback, Weebles, the freshman. He's down near the 35, right on the 35-yard line.
And another fake there of what looked like could have been a jet sweep, but he kept it to himself and was able to run it up again. Another 10-yard gain, another first down, and here go the Bulldogs again.
They led 29-8 at halftime. We're closing in on the end of the 3rd quarter now here tonight at just after 9 o'clock. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton, as we're already over a 2-hour ball game. 9 o'clock on a Friday night. We're not to the 4th quarter yet. Here's Weebles, hands the ball off. Chandler will step forward to the 30-yard line, a gain of 5 yards over the right side. 2nd down and 5 from the CM 30. The Eagles have given up 43 points here tonight on defense so far.
look for maybe a play action here. Maybe Highland takes a shot down the field. They haven't seen a lot of that out of them, but this looks like an opportunity where they might look to throw the ball, which they've been selective at doing, but have been successful when they did.
2nd and 5, 30-yard line once again. And they will keep it on the ground. Looks like a new running back now, and it is number 27, Jeffrey Blunt, a little 5'7", 150-pound junior. He has a first down as he's inside the 20, 18-yard line.
Not to take anything away from Jeffrey Blunt or Logan Chandler or any of the runners that they've had, but it's that offensive line that keeps creating holes, so it almost doesn't matter who is carrying the football. The holes are created there by the offensive line, and Highland is able to move the football on the ground with a great deal of success tonight.
43 points for Highland already. We're at 1:30 to go, third quarter. 43-22, Highland over CM. Here's a fake run. They throw a pass and out into the flat. It's complete. Cam Nelson, number 33, big 225-pound senior, 5'9" senior, made the grab. First and goal. CM defense this year has given up 0, 6, 22, 14, and 11. 22 was their highest output that they've allowed this year. That was in that Cahokia game.
And I think you have to give a tremendous amount of credit to Highland tonight.
Yeah.
They've been efficient. They've been clean. A few penalties, but no turnovers. And they've just mixed up their offense and really been able to do whatever they want.
Here's a handoff from 7 yards out. It goes to Chandler again, it looks like. He's over the left side, and he has scored. Touchdown, Highland. Touchdown. He makes it 49-22, and Chandler has scored again. And he has scored in all 3 quarters, obviously, tonight.
And if you're Coach Warnicki and Highland, why not give him the ball? He's had success every time he's had it, and he's able to get in the end zone again. Like you said, every quarter so far this game, he's been able to get into the end zone.
And now they'll try for the extra point. It's in the air for point number 50, and it is good. 50-22. Highland leading CM as they score late in a quarter again. They scored late in the first, late in the second, late in the third quarter as well, and they've scored often tonight. They have 50 points on the board. The Bulldogs 50, the Eagles 22. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Who I am is not important, but what I am is, and that's a satisfied customer of B-Dry. Not just once, but many times. B-Dry has provided solutions for both basement waterproofing and foundation issues, as well as installation of a new basement egress window. And I'm happy to report that B-Dry has cured the wet basement, crawl space, and foundation blues for thousands of homeowners over 60 years with lifetime transferable warranties. And they'll do the same for you. So call 800-966-2379 or go to bdrysolutions.com. Right now at Sievers Equipment in Auburn and Jerseyville, score big on Kubota with long-term and low-rate financing available on everything. Kubota's full lineup of construction equipment, compact tractors, utility vehicles, mowers, hay tools, and more. What do you want to accomplish? Well, the right equipment right around the corner in Auburn and Jerseyville. Take on the toughest jobs with Kubota and Sievers Equipment. Visit a Sievers location in Auburn or Jerseyville today, SieversEquipment.com.
Has free checking become a thing of the past?
Highland 50, CM 22. The Highland Bulldogs just scored their 7th touchdown of the game. Logan Chandler has 5 of those touchdowns. The kickoff coming for Highland here, and it goes to the 10-yard line once again. Returned by the Eagles. That might be Keaton Lowe in there, number 12. Adam mentioned earlier the runs are not that big and not that long for Chandler. He's got a 2-yard touchdown run, a 1-yard touchdown run. He has scored from 8 yards out, 6 yards out, and 7 yards out. All inside the 10-yard line. Give it to Chandler.
That's a pretty good night.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns.
You know, the MVC we've talked about is a pretty good it's an up year, and it's competitive across the board. Tonight is the exception, I think. But one of the things that we're seeing is an outstanding group of running backs. Devin Wills from Mascoutah, Logan Chandler here from Highland. You know, there's a lot of good athletes in the MVC, and really a lot of good running backs this year.
And even for CM, good years for Powell and Walker both running the football. Here's Noah Turbyfill having to throw the football. It's a screen, and it's going to go to Chandler Powell, it looks like. He comes back to the middle of the field to the 27-yard line, back to the line of scrimmage after all that. A lot of running around by the quarterback and the receiver, the running back Powell, but no gain, second down.
It's going to bring up a second 10.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter, it appears, as they huddle up here. 10 seconds left. We'll see if they get a play off before the fourth period. To the line of scrimmage with 5 seconds to go. The Eagles will snap it with just a second or two to go. Now they'll throw it deep, and it's going to be picked off by the Highland Bulldogs. Picked off at their own 40-yard line. Another turnover as they ran the reverse, the lateral back to the quarterback, and he throws it long and deep, and it's intercepted again. Highland with 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery. 4 turnovers in the game, and that's the end of the third quarter. Our score as we go to the fourth, it's Highland 50, CM 22. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Brightway Imaging has been serving the Riverbend's radiology needs for over a decade. Brightway's services include MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and mammography. Brightway offers a more private and comfortable experience with caring and compassionate techs to guide you through each exam. As an independent imaging center, Brightway Imaging offers lower cost exams with pricing you can understand. Prompt service, convenient parking, knowledgeable staff. Let Brightway show why they are a smarter healthcare solution. Visit us at RiverBender.com.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
Roberts Motors is proud to say that we've been serving the Alton area for over 68 years. You must be doing something right to be able to say that. Stop by and find out why customers love the experience at Roberts. We pride ourselves in providing our customers all the information they want in an upfront manner, making the process of buying a vehicle easy and surprise-free. High pressure, hidden fees, surprises, not allowed here. Stop by today and let us show you how buying a car is supposed to be. Roberts, the value store since 1949.
Black Sporting Goods has been a fixture in the Riverbend since 1955, offering the highest quality sporting goods from brands like Adidas, Rawlings,
on their schedule, the biggest game probably on either team's schedule, but will also be a huge game in the MVC race this year.
Highland will be playing at Triad next week. Their only home game they have left is against Jerseyville in Week 8 at Highland. As for Civic Memorial, they go to Waterloo next week, then to Triad, a couple of road games before finishing up here at home against Taylorville, Week 9. Highland ready to go, and they snap it back, but a flag flies. And it is a false start on the offense. Highland, Bulldogs leading this game 50-22. At halftime, we were at 29-8. In that third quarter, Chandler scored 3 touchdowns in that quarter alone. Parchman had 2 touchdowns in the third quarter for CM. So we had 5 touchdowns in that third quarter. Highland also had 2 interceptions in that third quarter.
That's one way to slow the game down.
50-22. Here's Weebles throwing it over the middle, incomplete. Throwing the football up by a lot.
And we've seen this out of Highland. You know, this is the type of offense that they run, and they are going to mix that pass with the run. And that is one thing that we can say that they have struggled with tonight, is that pass over the middle. You know, an offense that puts up 50 points, and we've been glowing about how well they've played, and they have played incredibly well, but that pass over the middle they have not been able to connect with yet. Each time it seems like Brent Weebles is overthrowing that pass. So I wonder if that's something that Coach Warnicki wanted to come back to one more time, just to see if they were able to get it and get a little bit of confidence.
Because it's been open through the middle of the field time and time again. A couple of times it would have been for touchdowns. They've scored 7 touchdowns without that. And here is a run to the left by Blunt. He's up the sideline again, and he's near midfield, maybe right on the 50-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. That was 3rd and 12, and he gained 11. 4th and 1.
And we'll see what Highland does here. They may choose to punt. They may choose to go for it. It looks like they're going to go for it, which is probably the right decision.
Highland ready to go. They'll hand it off, and up the middle they go. First down and more. There's another 11 yards. Chandler on 4th and 1 will gain 11 to the CM 40-yard line.
Highland's ability to just gain those yards each time they carry the ball. They may not get the big explosive play like CM has been able to do tonight, but it's just slow and steady, and it wears on a defense as well. And I think that we are starting to see that fatigue out of the CM defense, who's spent an awful lot of time out on the field tonight.
Highland ball, 1st and 10, now from the 40-yard line. They already lead it 50-22. Here's a fake handoff. They're going to throw it. It's incomplete over there on the far side. 2nd down and 10. Another thing, if you're scouting Highland, that you have to look for is the personnel. Sometimes they will change 4 or 5 players at a time off the sideline, and they never have to worry about too much time, a penalty. They just know when to go in, when to go out. Sometimes it's 4 or 5 guys at a time.
They do. Efficient is the word. They certainly are. And you know, you don't see them huddle up, which is interesting. Much like we saw Mosquito last week as well here at CM. They're not in a hurry up, but they are in a no huddle. And I don't know if that is something that they're able to do that helps them get guys in and out. You can see who's on the field at all times or not, but they have been very efficient with it.
Snap back, here's Blunt with the carry over the left side. He has 5, he has close to a first down, close to the 30-yard line he goes over the left side with 10 minutes to go in the ball game now, 4th quarter. Highland 50, CM 22, our score. As we have had 10 touchdowns in this ball game, 7 for the Bulldogs, 3 for Civic Memorial. We also had 4 turnovers, all by the CM offense, 3 interceptions and a fumble. They'll hand the ball off, up the middle it goes, and the pile pushing forward to the 20-yard line. There's another magical 11-yard gain, 12-yard gain once again.
You mentioned those 3 turnovers. This game was billed as a showdown between 2 teams that were going to compete for the MVC Conference Championship. And, you know, in a 50-22 game, obviously there's a lot of things that have happened, but those 3 turnovers that the Eagles have had that have led to Highland scores are certainly a difference in this game. And they happened very, very early, and Highland capitalized. And while the Eagle defense hasn't been able to get many stops, those turnovers have played a part in this game.
9 minutes to go now, clock ticking down, receivers left and right, 3 receivers here to the near side. They'll give it to Blunt, though, up the middle. He's got a lot of room. He's to the 10, he's to the 5, and he may have a touchdown. Yes, touchdown Highland. He scores from 19 yards away. It's Jeffrey Blunt, the junior, over the left side.
And you can see Blunt there, who hasn't had a lot of touchdowns tonight, was able to really see where he wanted to go. He broke that tackle, and he had his eyes zoned in on that corner of the end zone. Just as a couple of Eagles were able to possibly get him short, he dove the last yard or so, was able to break the plane of the goal line and get that touchdown for himself and the Bulldogs, who now take a 56-22 lead over CM as they're going to attempt the point after.
Try to go up by 35 points in this ball game now. Here's the extra point. It's in the air, and it is good. Extra points have all been good. Remember, the first time they scored, they went for 2, but after that, it's been extra point after extra point. They have 8 touchdowns on the scoreboard. Highland 57, CM 22. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Flex Sporting Goods has been a fixture in the Riverbend since 1955, offering the highest quality sporting goods from brands like Adidas, Rawlings, Wilson, Mizuno, Marucci, and Asics. We're a custom team outfitter, providing uniforms and accessories to programs ranging from colleges to park and rec teams. Our retail store at 2720 Groveland Street in Godfrey affords what is becoming a unique experience: the ability to touch, feel, try on, and get expert insight into the right equipment for each athlete. Stop in and see the difference today.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Welcome back to Bethalto again. More coverage here in the 9 o'clock hour of CM and Highland MVC football. Earlier tonight, Cole Klostermeyer with an injury, and you're going to lose this game. You don't want to have many injuries, just one it looks like, as Klostermeyer is down there on crutches now, as he injured his right leg or right knee early in the ball game. He's down there on crutches, and hopefully it's not too serious, but you never know, and hopefully he can come out of a game like this with everybody ready to go when you have to travel now to Waterloo and Triad the next 2 weeks. And if you look at the standings, the 2-2-0 teams may both lose tonight, and then it'll be really mixed up there in the standings.
It will. The loser of this game is not necessarily out of the playoff race.
No.
Triad still very much alive, Mascoutah very much alive. The winner of that game, certainly will be in the lead, I think, and have the pole position here, but still a long way to go.
Here's a run to the near side, and on the edge, it's a carry for number 43, Mason Schlemmer. Runs to the near side, and you could have 4 teams at 2-1 in the conference after tonight, all tied at 2-1, depending on the scores.
With 2 games to play.
Yeah.
So MVC, like we said, it's very competitive this year, and you just never know. This game, I think, will be an aberration when we look at the totality of all the scores, not only this week, but throughout the entire season. And for whatever reason, this matchup just did not seem to go well for CM. I think that we came into this expecting a battle, and the turnovers played a part in that, but it just has not been that. But at the end of the day, if you don't get stops, you're not going to win. And the Eagle defense, for all the stops they were able to get against Mascoutah, have not been able to stop the Bulldogs tonight.
And they had a solid game against Jerseyville too, offense and defense in that ball game, as CM won that ball game 21-14 a couple of weeks ago. Tonight, we're down to 7:55 to go. Incomplete pass there on 3rd and 3, as it was thrown wide of the receiver, Keaton Lowen, number 12.
Keaton made a good effort there, dove for it just a little bit beyond his outstretched hands there, and they will bring up 4th and 3, and it looks like the Eagles might go for it here on 4th down.
From their own 35-yard line. If you don't make it, Highland's going to have a short field and go after it again. They've already scored 8 touchdowns in the game, as we mentioned. 57 points on the board. Here's Noah Turbyfill. He throws it complete to Logan Turbyfill at the 40. And that's a first down. Gain of about 5. They only needed 2 or 3 yards. So out to the 40-yard line now.
Nice quick pass out there from Noah to Logan Turbyfill to move the chains, and keep the Eagles offense on the field.
1st and 10 from their 40. Don't forget, tomorrow we have 3 live games on the air, the Oilers and the Explorers. And tomorrow afternoon, Illinois at Minnesota, all coming up on the Big Z. Saturday, here's a throw from Noah Turbyfield to Parchman. He leaps into the air, bobbles it, and then it's grabbed by Highland. They thought they had a pick, but it is incomplete. It's ruled incomplete. As Parchman bobbled it, the Highland defender grabbed it. He may have been out of bounds, or it may have touched the turf.
That was a long couple of seconds there where the officials were deciding whether that would be an interception or whether the Highland defensive back was out of bounds. I think they made the right call. What I like about that was, rather than making a call and being unsure, the two officials did discuss it, and they made what, at least from up here in our booth, looked like the correct call.
Yep, 7 minutes to go in the game now, as it's 2nd down and 10 from the 40-yard line. And the ball, I thought, was going to go back onto the ground, but they're going to throw it in the air. It's complete. 1st down, about 15 yards to Alex Reams. Reams, number 4, to the 44 of Highland. 1st and 10.
What I think you're seeing from the Eagles offense right now is just trying to get in a little bit of rhythm. You know, you're down 57-22. This game is more than likely out of reach, but I think that you're trying to get some things going to build for next week when the Eagles go down to Waterloo.
CM again with only one more home game to go. Taylorville in week 9. Here's Turbyfield, gonna throw it to Reams again, number 4. He makes the grab at the 31-yard line, a gain of about 13 more.
Really good to see Alex Reams out there and catching passes for the Eagles. He was one of the top receivers last year, has not been as much of a target this year, just has not been open as much, and good to see him out there and being able to catch a couple of passes and create what could be another weapon for the Eagles down the stretch.
About halfway through the 4th quarter now, CM driving a little bit, couple 1st downs, and Turbyfield will roll to the right. He throws it, man open at the 20-yard line, diving inside the 20-yard line. And that is Logan Turbyfield down inside the 20. 1st down, 1st and 10. Right on the 20, he stepped out of bounds. So from the 20-yard line into the red zone goes the purple here, the CM Eagles, with 6:15 to go, 4th quarter. Turbyfield back to throw it over the middle, Parchman there, and it's a touchdown. It was close. It was a low throw. By the time it got to Parchman, he grabs it and scores from 20 yards out. Parchman with 3 touchdowns in the ball game.
Eagles have had a couple of big explosive plays, a couple of trick plays that have led to touchdowns, but I think that's probably the best sustained drive that they've had today. And if that does end up being perhaps their last possession, or at least the last possession for the starting group, it does give them something positive to carry over to next Friday night.
Now they'll go for 2. They run to the left, lean forward. There goes a helmet, and the 2-point conversion is no good. The ball carrier running to the left. That was Noah Turbyfield, I think, the quarterback. Not able to get in. Touchdown pass, though, to Parchman. And with 6:04 to go, he scores. The 2-point conversion no good. It's 57-28 Highland. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Experience from the time they walk in the door, from the time they sit in front of a financial service officer. We want their experience to be one that they will remember, one that they will leave and tell their friends about, but one that is hassle-free.
We have their best needs at heart, that we deliver on what we say we're going to do.
And let them know that we're there and that we care outside of your money, we care about your family.
Vallo Flooring in Edwardsville, Illinois has been serving our greater Metro East communities for over 55 years. Whether you're looking for the latest styles in carpet, vinyl tile, hardwood, or ceramic tile, Vallo can help you find the right floor for your home with every budget in mind. Quality products, 5-star service, and guaranteed installation makes Vallow your #1 choice. Check out our design center and flooring outlet to talk with our experienced staff today so you can live better tomorrow.
Welcome back once again. It's CM and Highland, 6:04 to go in the game now as the CM Eagles have scored their 4th touchdown of the game. Now, that may sound good, 28 points, but the Highland Bulldogs are blowing out CM in this game, 57-28. Highland just had a 35-point lead. It was cut down, and now CM with an onside kick attempt and a late hit as the Highland Bulldogs jumped on it, and then the CM Eagles jumped on the pile. And the penalty flags fly out on that one. And so, more and more penalties.
We'll see how the officials sort it out here.
It is a personal foul, looks like a blow to the head while the man was down covering the football. And so it'll move all the way to the CM 40-yard line on this 15-yard penalty.
So we'll see who Highland sends out. Their starters have had a fantastic night, obviously, on the offensive end. We'll see if they come out for one more drive or if they go to a different squad. With some of the new rules in place in the IHSA that you cannot play a game 2 days in a row, it becomes a little bit more difficult. And sometimes you see some guys who you think maybe shouldn't be out there still, that are still out there because their backup can't play today if he's going to play in tomorrow's underclass game.
Right. Here's a snap back. Weebles hands the ball to Blunt, but we're going to have a false start penalty on the Highland Bulldogs. And one of the things that's his cause now is no Saturday games. They've moved him to Monday underclass games.
So there's still some Saturday games out there.
Yeah.
We've played some Saturdays. I think it's important, at least from my perspective, to look at. I guarantee there are some Civic Memorial fans who are asking, why is Brent Weeble still out there right now? And I think that is part of it. If they are going to play tomorrow, whoever his backup is as a quarterback, if he were to play one snap tonight, he could not play tomorrow.
That's amazing, yeah.
And I think that's something that not every average fan knows. It is a new rule this year, and it does play in. And, quite frankly, you see some situations.
Here's Blunt breaking free. He's going to score again. He just scored a couple of minutes ago, and he has scored again. 45-yard touchdown run, Jeffrey Blunt, as he broke into the secondary. We also have a flag at the 25-yard line. And that flag is, I'm not sure if it's a dead ball penalty, but Blunt went 45 yards. Blunt just scored a 19-yard touchdown run.
That penalty will be on the Eagles, so that touchdown will stand.
63 points for Highland now. They have scored again, make it 9 touchdowns in the game.
So again, back to my point there, that some people might be asking, why do these scores happen? And I think sometimes we have to look at some of the unintended consequences that we have as rules in the IHSA. And I think the rule is, of course, made for player safety. Played 2 days in a row can be troublesome. Minor injuries can become larger injuries, things of that nature. But by instituting that rule that players can't play 2 games in a row, we see fewer and fewer sophomores, some juniors getting into these games in what used to be known as mop-up time, or when a game had been decided. And so that some of those younger guys don't get in, it leads to your better players, your starters, playing a lot more.
Yeah.
And you don't want to tell your starters to not try to score. You don't want to tell your starters to not sack the quarterback. And so what happens is, I think that you start to see a little bit of a gap widen. Games that used to be maybe a 21-point game or a 28-point game now become 35 and 42-point games. And I think that's an unintended consequence of some of the new rules that we've had in the IHSA. And I think it's good for player safety, but I think there are other things that come in, and I think we're seeing that tonight.
Yeah, 36-point lead now again for the Bulldogs here. 64-28. Again, you're right, backups of all kinds. Backups used to be third quarter, fourth quarter, play quite a bit sometimes. Third string even get in there in the third and fourth quarters of games.
And I think it's important to note too that it's not about the position. So, you know, Weeble's backup quarterback, he can't come in to this game and play quarterback or defensive back or any position.
Right.
If he does, he can't play at all tomorrow. So it may be a situation where, especially at smaller schools, not necessarily Highland or CM, but at some smaller schools where you don't have anyone to put in other than your starter.
That's true. That penalty on CM on the touchdown has now been enforced on the kickoff, and they're going to kick off from the CM 45-yard line here across midfield. 64-28 in favor of Highland, as the Bulldogs have scored again. Remember, Logan Chandler, 5 touchdowns for Highland. He would definitely be our player of the game for the Highland Bulldogs, and we'll have a Mungadast Alton Toyota player of the game for the CM Eagles too, and that might be Parchman because he scored 3 touchdowns for the Eagles.
He's had a good night, and of course it's going to be overshadowed by the score and the lopsided victory on Highland's side, but Parchman has definitely had a good game and kind of bounced back a little bit. He was unable to play in the Jerseyville game, and he came back last week against Mascoutah and had a nice game, but you could tell kind of wasn't all the way back in the flow, and tonight he's definitely had a much better game.
4 touchdowns for CM, and he scored 3 of them. He had a couple of touchdowns in the third quarter, 1 here in the fourth quarter of this ball game. 5:24 to go in this ball game. It's all Highland, and now they're going to put it on the ground. CM will run the football, and it's up over the 20 to the 23-yard line there. Chandler Powell for a couple of yards, and some pushing and shoving after the whistle again. We're at 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Well, Highland has put on a show here tonight, and even more impressive, it's on the road in Bethalto tonight. You look at Highland, they still have just 1 home game left. CM with 1 home game left out of the last 3 weeks.
And Highland next week will be playing a triad team that looks like they will be 3-0 in the MVC. They are now up 21-12 over Mascoutah with 1:30 to play. So that always important game will be even more of a showdown in the league next Friday night.
Gain of 3 on that carry, but illegal shift on CM. It's a penalty on the Eagles, which will push them back inside the 20-yard line once again. Another penalty. So Triad will be all alone in first place, it looks like. They'll be 3-0 in the conference. Mascoutah gave them a battle tonight, but may fall short. Mascoutah 1-2. Highland 2-1. CM 2-1. So that's how it shapes up with just a couple of weeks to go now, the conference. CM now at their own 19-yard line, second down. Second down and 11. Snap back to Noah Turbyfill. He wants to throw it, doesn't have time, he just throws it away, out of bounds.
So that was a great decision there by Noah Turbyfill. He didn't have anything. He has thrown several interceptions tonight, some of which were not were ill-advised, but that time he does make the right choice and just throws the ball out of bounds. Although we do have a flag on the play at this point.
And it's back in the backfield again. It's going to be intentional grounding on CM.
I really thought Turbyfill was out of the pocket when he threw that, but
I thought he was outside the hash marks, and yeah, everything there.
I guess the official saw it differently.
And just for his own safety, to throw the ball away rather than get hit, when the score's like it is, just
still might be the right play regardless of the flag.
Yes, keep the flag in your pocket though, is my point. 4 minutes to go in the ball game. 64-28 our score.
And I think your sentiments might be what Coach Reinhardt was a little more loudly explaining to the official right then as well.
92 points on the scoreboard, if my math is correct. Turbyfill is going to throw it. Here he goes again. Back to the left, now back to the right. He's going to run it 20, 25. He's upended at the 25-yard line. Good open field tackle over there by Highland.
Good run there by Turbyfill. He ran a lot of yards lateral trying to escape the Highland defense there, but is going to end up short. It's going to be 4th and 5 here, and we'll see if the Eagles elect to punt, and it looks like the punt team is coming on.
Fourth down and 5, their own 25-yard line, 3:25 to go in the game. And here in the fourth quarter, CM has scored a touchdown. Highland has tacked on 2 more touchdowns.
Final just in, Jerseyville defeats Waterloo 33-28. So the Eagles will head down to Waterloo, who will be winless in the Valley this season next Friday night.
Jerseyville playing a lot of those games where they score some points, they give up some points this year. Jerseyville with a win at home. Triad and Highland trying to win on the road tonight in the Valley. CM with a punt. Highland will take over at their own 21-yard line. We're down to 3 minutes to go in the ball game again. And each team has timeouts left, but now it'll be time to just run out the clock and get on the bus. Nearly a 3-hour ball game here with all the scoring we've had tonight on homecoming night for CM. Homecoming football game. Here's a handoff over the right side. A couple of yards there. Might be Logan Chandler getting another carry as he gets up off the turf. 25 with the carry there.
It is a final. Triad 22, Mascoutah 12. Knights move to 6-0 on the year, undefeated in the Valley, as they will move on to play Highland next Friday night.
22-12?
22-12.
Yeah. So Triad, Jerseyville, Valley wins tonight. Highland will add their name to that list for tonight. And that will be your 3 winners tonight in the MVC. Here at 9:45 on a Friday night, 2 minutes to go in the game. Highland will run it again to the left. Third down. Third down and about 7 to go. And the next time we snap the ball will be at 1.5 minutes to go in the game. As Highland gets ready to go on offense here. Third down and 7. CM and Highland here in week number 6. Handoff, left side. A couple of yards again. It's going to be 4th down and about 4 more to go. 1:25 left, and it looks like a CM defender is down with an injury here. Just what you don't want to see in a game like this. Maybe just slow to get up. And I think we're going to play on here. It's 4th down.
It's been a long night for the CM defense, too, not only giving up points on the board, but just they've spent a lot of time on the field. So fatigue does set in, there's no question.
1:17 to go. Clock rolls again. 4th down. 4th and 4.
It'll be 4th and 4.
And at 1 minute to go, they'll run another play here. Give it back to CM unless they get a first down from their own 27-yard line. They hand the ball off. It is a first down and more as Chandler runs hard out to the 45-yard line. Logan Chandler again. 4th down, doesn't matter. Highland first down. And with 50 seconds left in the game, 1 or 2 more snaps, and that will be all she wrote tonight. Bulldogs over the Eagles in a big way tonight. Now they will take a knee. The quarterback does with 40 seconds left in the ball game. And that will be it. They will not need another snap now as they set the ball down at the 44-yard line of Highland. And Highland comes to Bethalto and picks up a big win tonight. 64-28, our final score as the last 15 seconds tick off the clock. Again in the Valley tonight, Highland, Triad, and Jerseyville with the victories in the conference. The teams will shake hands, and that will be the ball game. The Bulldogs 64, the Eagles 28. Back in Bethalto in a moment. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's coverage of today's event is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Midwest Members Credit Union, the one place to go for all your banking needs. Liberty Bank, bank local, bank Liberty. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Lewis and Clark Community College, empowering people. Brightway Imaging, lower cost exams with transparent pricing. Let Brightway show you a smarter healthcare solution. Black Sporting Goods, stop in and see the difference today. Vallo Flooring, here to help you find the right floor for your home. B-Dry Solutions, waterproofing and foundation repair. Sievers Equipment, take on the toughest jobs with Kubota and Sievers.